sports. For today, we got a bit of a bigger group. We got Sage over there on the far end.
So
We got Taco right next to him. We got Pork Dog, and then me, your host, Cope. Today we're going to be going over a few things dealing with football and hockey, maybe a few things baseball. But we got a lot of things going on. We got schedule releases for the NFL, and then we also have the Stanley Cup playoffs going on for the NHL. Not too much going on for MLB, just your average regular season games, maybe a few highlights, whatnot about certain players. But we will hop right into it. You guys want to talk hockey or football first?
Do football. Not
Football?
Hockey. Sorry.
All right. So I am going to switch this over. Milo, shut up.
Cat.
Dog.
Cat's got a few things to say as well.
Yeah.
He's really audacious.
Yes. But
All right. So I'm going to switch this over to my computer screen so I can pull up a few things. First team we're actually going to talk about is the Steelers. Then we're going into the Patriots. And then we're going to top it off with the Giants.
Laugh comically.
All right. So for the Steelers starting off week 1, we are facing the Jets.
Jets. Jets. Jets. Jets.
So this is going to be an ironic game since we ended up trading away Fields to the Jets, and he is their starting QB as of right now.
At the moment.
So
Milo's really upset.
He's fine happy we lost Fields.
So how do you think this game is going to turn out?
Bad. Bad.
On whose side?
Yes. Just yes.
On both sides.
Oh, it's just gonna be bad.
I don't know if it's going to be bad.
It depends who starts.
I don't
say it depends who's.
I don't think it's going to.
I mean, we can't really say much now for the Steelers because we still have no idea who's going to be our quarterback.
No, not really.
Now, basing it off of, training camp and stuff like that, Howard is looking promising, but we've also seen how that has been in spring training.
Yeah, so the one thing the Jets have an advantage of at the moment is they actually have named a starting quarterback. They don't have much of a controversy, so they kind of one up us on that, on the Steelers on that. But I still do not foresee the Jets actually blowing past us. That's going to be one of those games where I think in Boz we trust.
Absolutely.
So
It's gonna be half the season.
probably. So unless at least right now as we're speaking, I think it's going to be in Boz we trust. Until we see some more. I mean, obviously, camp actually hasn't started yet. But I mean, the Jets are as much in disarray as we are. So again, that could be. That could really go either way for sure. But the Jets do not have Boswell.
Just for the pure comedy aspect, I hope we get Aaron Rodgers. Could you think about it? Fields goes to the Jets, Rodgers goes to the Steelers. They play each other week 1.
Yeah,
pure comedy gold.
Right. That would be awesome. And then next thing you know, week 2 we release
Rodgers just for week 1.
Just for week 1. Yeah.
Well, I mean, they also do have their preseason going on.
Yeah.
Well,
I feel like that's going to determine the starter if Rodgers is not a Steeler.
Yeah. And then, going into week 2, facing Seattle Seahawks, where you bring DK back against his old team.
Yeah. except that Seattle is put together a lot better than Pittsburgh is right now.
Oh yeah,
A lot better. So that one,
that's gonna be bad.
that's gonna be a game. I don't even think Boz is going to get much work. I think it's going to be I think the punter's going to be on the field most of that game because I don't see them going anywhere. Seattle's really beat themselves up.
Now, as you probably already know, we went to go do a stream about this last week or the week before, however fucking long ago it was, but we had no audio.
No
And
audio.
the first thing we talked about is how Pickens was traded to the Cowboys.
Right.
Um,
We did talk about that, but nobody heard us talk about that.
unfortunately, we were having technical difficulties, but
The dog and cat heard us, but no one else did.
so Pickens was traded to the Cowboys.
Yeah. He didn't
Kind of
say-
takes away a part of our receiving core that we
Oh,
have.
absolutely.
So I first off thought that the Steelers were looking promising.
Cat, dog.
Milo's interrupting. The Steelers were looking promising for once. Having DK, Pickens.
And right, having Metcalf and Pickens on the field, and then you incorporate some of the other wide receiver core that we have. It felt as if there was going to be some nice things happening on the field,
Yeah.
getting the ball around to different guys and making things happen as compared to last year. But now we're kind of back to last year. I don't know. I don't even know what in the world they're gonna attempt to try and incorporate this year, other than in hopes that it almost seems like they're gonna rely on the running back core as comparative to the wide receiver core.
I mean, there was a report that they inquired on Chris Olave from New Orleans. So,
Yeah.
however far that goes,
Yeah.
I think that they just ignored that. St. Louis ignored it.
I'm not surprised. Because, I mean, it's literally their offense now, besides Alvin Kamara.
Right. Right. What happened to the rest of the? What'd you do?
Our thing wasn't coming up on stream.
What thing?
It's just a black screen, wasn't it?
Probably.
Nice. Very nice.
Oh no, it was up, but for like a short period of time, it just was just a black
I
screen.
was just like clicked off.
Yeah, so I changed it back to our camera. It's okay. We don't have to go and show them what we're looking at. They'll just see the camera here.
Right.
Just see us.
So moving past both the Jets and Seattle, after that you do have something slightly unprecedented where the Steelers will travel to Ireland and they'll face the Vikings in Ireland. But before they do that, they play this other team that one member of our crew, for whatever godforsaken reason, has a bit of a thing for, and that's the New England Patriots.
Pats win that game. Just saying.
With what?
Drake Nick.
Oh, come on.
They have a quarterback.
This is true.
We have a quarterback.
We have quarterbacks in our quarterback room.
I have a starter. Proven. Good.
Hey,
Starter.
No, you're absolutely right. That's a very fair point.
With the addition of Stephon Diggs. God forbid how long he plays.
Right.
But
they have a quarterback. The Patriots have a quarterback, and they have a legitimate receiver. Who else is in New England? Who else do they have? That can't.
they got the kid from LSU. They drafted him, Will Campbell. He's going to be good. So beefed up the O-line a little bit. They got Mike Vrabel at head coach now. They brought back Josh McDaniels as the offensive coordinator. So they brought back the OC that Tom Brady was with.
Right.
So that's a good sign.
Right.
They added a lot of defensive pieces too to beef up the defensive line. So that's also great. They added secondary pieces, which is also Great.
Right.
A team who actually had salary cap spent money on their team for once, and I could not have been happier. Which doesn't happen very often, at least not for us, because Bill Belichick would go get receivers from grocery stores.
Right.
Poor Chris Hogan.
Right. And in turn, Steelers decided, well, we'll just send Chip Pickens off to
For a third and a fifth.
Dallas. Yeah, for 2 grocery store baggers and a bottle of cheap wine.
Long time no see, Amber.
Fuck, I call it goddamn prison wine. It ain't cheap wine.
Right.
Like that toilet wine.
Just a box of wine.
So after
So my question is,
Yeah.
if we didn't trade away Pickens, what does that game look like to you?
Depends who's quarterback.
I don't know.
I mean, if it's
I don't know. I don't think either guy. I know that they haven't specifically named a starter, but I think either dude could probably get the job done.
for sure,
Because it looks to me like the Steelers are probably going to try and run the ball a bit more than try and do their little loop-de-loop, crappity-crap passing game that they had.
with seeing that Christian Barmore came back, that kind of really clogs up the middle there. He's a big guy, really big dude, and they took a lot. They got some pieces from the Eagles' defensive line, which you saw what they did to Mahomes in the Super Bowl.
Right.
So they got some pieces from there. They got some guys from Detroit, so that can lock down the secondary a little bit because they have one of the best secondaries in the league last year. Obviously, Steelers defense is the Steelers defense. TJ Watt, Alex Highsmith, and everyone who Patrick Queen kind of go down the list there. But
and then the guys that we picked up in the draft.
yeah, that's true. But everything's on. Yeah, Jack Sawyer, he could be good. And Harmon's supposed to be
What
good.
do you think about Slay?
Oh, he's great. I love Darius Slay.
Okay. So Slay and JPJ.
Oh, for sure. They have a chance.
Okay.
It's just what they could do scoring points.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's going to be one of those games where it comes down to that defense,
Yeah.
or they can score points.
Yeah.
Well, you have fucking Minka,
Oh, yeah.
PJ,
They're loaded defensively. They've always had been. It's the Steelers.
Queen.
And then they got some guys that are going to clog up that middle a little bit better than they have been.
Yeah, they definitely have defensive pieces, but it's the offense I would be worried about. Is it going to be a game that Boswell's going to have to kick 8 field goals a game?
Yeah.
Or is it going to be...
That's the big question mark for sure.
If Mason Rudolph starts, I don't see them winning. But
he'll manage it enough to allow for them to have a big opportunity to.
Oh, for sure. I can see it.
He had done that when he was here. He managed well enough. He didn't.
So,
yeah.
My thing is with how much drive and motivation and work ethic that Will Howard has, do you think there is an opportunity there for him to come out
and start?
Absolutely.
As long as they don't sign Aaron Rodgers, I would see him starting.
Absolutely.
I don't see Rudolph beating him. He could. Because of experience.
Maybe.
And he's faster with the game because the game's faster compared to college. And that's understandable.
Sure.
But all I've seen Mason as is a backup quarterback.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
You saw what he did in Tennessee.
It is possible for Mason to only be named a starter only for those reasons you mentioned about the game being different for Will Howard coming out of college. But then again, we saw – well, see, that's the thing, too. If I remember correctly, Ben didn't start right away.
No, Maddox was there. Yep.
And it wasn't until the injury he sustained that Ben stepped in, and Ben stepped in.
Oh, yeah, he was great.
Ben stepped in. So maybe, just maybe, that might be a nice way for Will Howard to lean into it is by having Mason or whomever start and just let Will Howard see the speed of the game. See everything off to the side.
Are they home week 5? This is my curiosity point. Oh, it's a bye week. Okay, so week 6.
Yeah.
Maybe if it's not going well and Mason is the starter, I could see Will Howard starting by week 6.
Sure. I could see
it. It's a home game. It's not on the road. Granted, it's in almost the middle point of the season. if it's not going well and
Right.
Mason as the starter, I could see him starting there.
Unless the coaches feel
Oh, for sure.
during camp that he looks confident enough
I think it's going to come down to preseason.
to step in and
I think it'll
take
come down to preseason.
that starting job. That's fine.
For sure.
Yeah.
So you're thinking if the Steelers do, God forbid, chase after Rodgers and brings him in, do you think that Will Howard takes a step back?
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
feels, yeah,
Absolutely.
it feels okay.
Absolutely. I mean, I wouldn't hate it for the Steelers aspect. I mean, it's still Aaron Rodgers. Regardless of how he played, it's the Jets. The Jets suck. But
Yeah,
it's still Aaron Rodgers.
it's still Aaron Rodgers. Yeah,
You,
but it's Aaron Rodgers with only one receiver instead.
true, but
And that's the same thing for either of the other quarterbacks.
Oh, exactly.
Quarterback with only one true. Yeah.
Speaking of receivers, there have been rumors going around about us going after Olave.
yeah, but the Saints kind of just.
Yeah, but that's just
The Saints said no.
Yeah.
They didn't even say no. They're just ignoring it.
I mean, I would too.
They're just gonna ignore it.
From New Orleans, I would too. It's literally the franchise right now. Him and Kamara, but Kamara's getting up in age.
yeah.
But if Rodgers comes in, I wouldn't mind having Will Howard sit a season.
I don't know about sit a season, but maybe sit
At least
sit off to the side and
oh, for sure.
Oh,
Depending
wow.
how Rodgers plays, of course. Because
sure.
I guarantee you, if we do sign Rodgers, he is not playing a single play during preseason.
no, he won't play during
Not,
preseason.
not,
I wouldn't be surprised.
and I'm wondering if it's going to if the Steelers are going to make that determination. Well, I can't say them because that's also up to Rodgers himself. But if the preseason looks that bad, because it's not going to be easy. It's
Oh no.
for whomever wanders in and is the starter under center, you only have one receiver, really.
I think they're banking on a lot of Roman Wilson. He didn't get to play last year because he was hurt.
He was hurt, but I don't.
He was really good at Michigan. He was really good at Michigan with J.J. McCarthy. If you...
Yeah, injuries are tough to
For sure.
come back from and have that same type of confidence.
Possibly mixing him in with DK Metcalf, Roman
Maybe.
Wilson, and Calvin Austin would be promising.
Calvin Austin.
It'd be promising.
Hmm.
I just don't... It literally depends on what happens with the Aaron
See,
Rodgers situation.
Yeah.
Calvin Austin,
He's good.
I'll touch base on him. He's an all right wide receiver.
He fast.
He's
fast.
fast, yes.
He fast.
I mean, he's so fast. He makes other people.
I mean,
look,
you need a player like that, though.
he makes other people look not fast.
Tyreek Hill made a living off of that. In fairness, Tyreek Hill made a living on being fast. Granted, Tyreek Hill's really good at football, but
All right,
Right.
so those that are watching live or are watching this on YouTube, name the movie that he just quoted. Don't say anything. We all know the movie. Name the movie he's talking about. So leave it down in the comments or put it in chat if you're watching live.
so fast. It'll be people looking fast.
It is a sports movie. That'll help.
Yep. Yeah, the comparison between Tyreek and Austin is sort of the same, but obviously different.
Oh, for sure.
Tyreek made a living off of doing that, but I don't see Calvin.
Yeah, I don't.
Calvin Austin's not Tyreek.
Yeah, they're definitely not the same caliber
So-
talent.
No.
No, so
But
One gets arrested, the other one doesn't.
well, one's also Patrick Mahomes.
the other one's also sitting. One of them's also sitting end zone a lot more often than the other.
That is also true.
Well, you also can't say since it was with Patrick Mahomes.
That's
Because,
a lot.
Dude,
It's a lot.
arrested or not, I want to see a guy get into the end zone for Christ's sake.
Give me Henry Ruggs. No, I'm kidding.
Speaking of being arrested,
Antonio Brown.
Antonio
Bring
Brown.
him back.
Let's not.
Bring him
say
back.
we did. So
CTE didn't mess him up that bad.
he went and popped shots at a boxing event last night. Aiden, what's his fucking last name?
I'm not sure.
Uh,
I think it's Ross.
Aiden Ross. Yeah, that sounds about right. So Antonio Brown was at a boxing event last night, and he ended up popping shots. I also seen more stuff about him to where he got mugged or robbed.
Yeah, he got like jumped, and then afterwards started shooting it, and he started popping shots at everybody. Yeah.
Wow.
So,
Yeah.
and then he blamed it all on
CTE, which I found really funny.
He said that he blacked out and everything. He went to Aiden Ross's house because he's a popular streamer and stuff like that. He was at Aiden's place and was just like, "I'm sorry," that CTE just kind of like took over, and Aiden's like, "Oh, dude, I seen it in your eyes and everything."
I don't think I would cause that.
No.
I don't think I would cause that.
No.
Wow, what a waste of a fantastical talent, man. That dude was freaking magic with the ball.
AB was amazing. It sucks that he kind of just crashed out.
Dude, he would have topped charts.
We're talking Jerry. It's like Jerry Rice territory.
Oh man, no doubt.
And all because he just wanted more money, he wanted to go somewhere else, and then he crashed out of the Steelers, and now he has nothing going for him. And it's the same thing with fucking Bell too.
Le'Veon Bell's at least better and gracious than Antonio Brown, though.
Yes,
but I don't mind Bell.
Yeah, but needless to say,
for sure.
No matter which way you look at it, no matter who's going to end up going under center for the Steelers, there's nobody to throw to. There's less to throw to right now.
Yeah, I agree.
And that's not going to be easy.
No, not.
There's a part of me is like they have to have some sort of plan.
For sure.
They have to have some sort of plan. They have something, up a sleeve or something of that nature, in a hat, whatever analogy you want to use. Like they have something
for sure
going on, and they need to pull that shit out quick because the season's coming quick.
Yeah, they have one of the hardest schedules, especially to end off the year.
So I just want to go and run through the schedule.
Sure,
and then we'll touch base back on how the games are going. So we already talked week 1, week 2, week 3.
Yep.
Week 1, we're facing the Jets. Week 2, Seattle. Week 3,
at New England.
Patriots. Minnesota Vikings for week 4.
That's in Ireland.
Yeah.
Then they have week 5 as a bye. I mean, that's
smart.
That's a big freaking shove in the bumhole, if you ask me.
Then we got a divisional game against the Browns on week 6, following up again with another divisional game, week 7 against Cincinnati. Week 8, we're facing Green Bay.
That game's gonna be tough.
At home against the Colts.
Colts are facing us home. Chargers, we are facing them.
That's it, yeah.
And then
we're going into November now, so it's home against Cincy. Week 12 is at Chicago. Now it's gonna get cold. Let's see.
Oh my god!
And then then we're ending the end of November at home against Buffalo. Now we're running into December. It's at Baltimore. Home against Miami. Week 16 is at Detroit. That's right before Christmas. After Christmas, it'll be at Cleveland. After Christmas, right before New Year's, and then ending the season against Baltimore, apparently at home. That's a game that
is to be decided,
to be determined, time and place and significance.
But to end the season facing two divisional teams,
opponents, yeah,
and then you're facing the Lions, and before that the Dolphins.
Right. Dolphins are hit or miss. It's going to be cold.
It's going to be cold, yeah. It's going to be a little bit chilly.
We face Buffalo and
That's
Baltimore
hard.
back to back.
And then Dolphins at home. We might have
Dolphins. What's 8:15? Is that Thursday night?
That's a Monday night game.
That's Monday?
Yeah, it says it right there. Monday.
Oh, yeah, I can't read.
Me either.
Monday, December 15th at 8:15, we're facing the Dolphins at home. So
if anybody likes to give us tickets to that game, that'd be nice.
Let's not say we did, because it's going to be fucking cold.
It's not going to be cold.
I'm with it.
It's December 15th, dude. Come on.
We have coats.
Yeah, man. Come on.
But yeah,
it's going to be nice that day.
It's my lord.
So Sunday night, Sunday afternoon game against Buffalo. like right after what do you call that? Thanksgiving?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right after Thanksgiving, it'll be a Sunday late afternoon game.
My lord, that's gonna be bad.
Yeah, our schedule is getting tough. I'd say around
Week 11 down.
The
Um,
difficulty
minus
just
Cleveland.
goes up.
minus Cleveland.
We call this a difficulty tweak.
We get like a second bye week there on week 17 against Cleveland.
Possibly
Maybe.
15 too.
Maybe.
Possibly 15
Wouldn't
too.
y'all fit yourselves if Cleveland,
Wouldn't be surprised. Watch Baker Mayfield do it.
if it's a fight for first place between Cleveland and somebody else,
Shadur Sanders for the win in Cleveland.
right? Shadur.
All right, so we're gonna scroll back up here and go back over the weeks. We talked about the Patriots. We talked about the Vikings.
Yeah.
How do you think that game's gonna turn out?
JJ McCarthy starting. That's an easy Vikings win. With Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison.
Okay.
Yeah, Vikings look good
Yeah.
again this year as well.
Well, after the Vikings, we go into a bye week. We're coming back
Whoa.
against Cleveland.
There we go. How about we go to the Cleveland game?
Go well rested into week 6 at home against Cleveland. This is our first matchup against them for the season.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and like you said, it's week 6 Cleveland, week 7 Cincinnati.
Really like Ohio.
Well,
Oh,
they
yeah,
are at
right.
home.
Well, look, we have 2 back-to-back divisional games. We have the
Uh-huh.
Cleveland Browns and Cincinnati Bengals,
Right.
and at the end of the season,
We have
the Cleveland
Cleveland,
Browns,
Baltimore.
Yeah.
So
So
I think it is a good choice to have back-to-back divisional games because you're fired up. Whenever I've watched divisional games between the Steelers and the Browns, the Steelers and Baltimore against Cincinnati, it's a fucking shootout.
And
It's a
it-
blood.
Baltimore and
always,
Cincinnati.
it's always at the end of the season because it's always something somebody's fighting for by
Yeah.
that time, and that's what's going to happen again. Somebody's going to be fighting for some sort of spot, whether it be first place or whatever.
So it is kind of iffy to say how these games are going to turn out because we still don't have a fucking clue who our starting quarterback is going to be.
Right.
But let's just set it as Will Howard.
Okay.
We'll just set it as of right now. Will
Okay.
Howard
Will
will be
Howard
our
versus Kenny
starter.
Pickett.
Will Howard versus
Well, I was just going biased here. Will Howard 21.
Will Howard versus Kenny Pickett.
Okay, I mean, Kenny Pickett sat out the entire fucking season last season.
He won the
doesn't
Super Bowl though. He got the A+ on the group project.
Dude, he fucking played like what, 4 or 5 downs, missed 2 passes.
Yeah.
Well, they were up by nearly 40 at halftime. What else was Jalen Hurts gonna do? They were up by nearly. Dude, it was like 34-0 at one point. What else are they gonna do?
Yeah, somebody give me the fuck off here. I need to go get my honey.
He's like, I did my job. I'm out.
I'm gonna go.
Actually, he was upset. I actually saw something where coach was like, "Hey, something about putting Kenny in," and he's like, "Seriously, coach?" He's like, "Yeah." Like, "Are you for real?" He's like, "Yes." It was
like
like,
sideline video at the game. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
he was-
recall seeing that.
yeah, he was
upset.
he was a little upset that he was getting
He
taken.
wanted to go out there and blow him out even.
And rightfully so. I don't
I
blame
get
him.
it. I get it.
He led them there. He
I
wanted
get
to
it. Yeah.
he wanted to clean that out, and I don't blame him one bit in the sense.
No.
But at the same time, I can understand coach's point of view. Is like, dude, we're up by 40 freaking points, man. Let's just
What could have been?
take a moment for a second and take a breather, and let's keep you upright and safe for next freaking season.
Jalen Hurts was this close to being a Steeler. Just want to point that out.
Yeah, no kidding.
You know what they took instead? Chase Claypool.
Chase Claypool. Chase Claypool, who, if I'm not mistaken, I think now is, what was it, like the Fox Chapel Giant or something?
Really?
No.
Could you imagine? That would be so funny. Last time I heard him play anything, I would find it. I mean, I don't
know what he's doing.
Last team I heard he was on was Chicago, and they caught him. The Bears caught him.
Yeah.
Like,
You got me intrigued now. I really see like what
What could have been? They
what-
could have
what's
had a
happened to him?
franchise quarterback, but they
before I actually looked that up and while we are on
It's so funny.
game tickets available.
Now that's ironic.
So but I do want to touch base. I remember I typed this in here so I wouldn't forget. The one thing was watching some news outlets on the rookie mini camp, and the talk between various of those outlets was running back Johnson, who kind of led on that he's there to take over to start the starting running back spot over Jalen Warren. And the fact that they have Gainwell, and they also had how this happened. They also picked up Trey Sermon. I thought he was back in groceries with Claypool, but and there was another talk about some defensive back named Castro. He's an undrafted rookie from Iowa that they thought was going to be a guy that could get as a box safety in a dime defense.
I could see that.
which I haven't had in a little while. Someone that could take that spot. So I just wanted to throw that out there while I wrote it down or typed it in. But Chase Claypool. Chase freaking Claypool.
Speaking of Iowa, Iowa has had the most draftees in the league as of
Chase Claypool.
Yeah, they have the most players drafted in the league so far. Only like last 6
Oh, he's with the Bills too.
Was he?
Bears, Dolphins, and Bills. Current team is the Buffalo Bills. He's number 14.
He don't play. Gotcha. Not with Khalil Shakir and Keon Coleman and those guys. Yeah, I don't see him. He might this year though. Oh yeah, I forgot the Pats picked up Mac Hollins from Buffalo. He was a pretty big part of their playoff run last year.
Anyway, sorry.
So how did we say the Cleveland and Steelers game is going to go?
It's gonna look hilarious.
Oh, absolutely. They may actually just do a merry-go-round of quarterbacks. One quarter might be Pickett, another quarter might be Sanders.
Each drive's gonna have a different quarterback.
You're right. You never know. I mean, heck, you might even just see Sanders in the backfield.
Or you see Flacco. Joe Flacco's going to start that game.
Instead of popcorn reader, it's popcorn passer.
Whoever throws the first incompletion gets pulled.
All right. Well, moving on to Week 7 against Cincinnati. How do you think
that's a Thursday night game?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a Cincinnati win. Sorry.
We're at Cincy.
Joe Burr.
I think Joe Burr.
Joe Burr. Yeah, Burrow's not listening to that game.
I mean, we do have a very strong-looking defense if they could pull it together.
Big thing with Cincinnati is what happened with Trey Henderson. He's refusing to play on his current contract.
Yes.
That is a big thing for
right
them.
now, yes.
That is a huge thing.
Yep.
If they get Henderson signed into whatever's going on with that by then, it could be a dominant win, or Steelers sneak it out because the Bengals defense is bad. It depends how many points Joe Burrow decides to put up that day. That's what happened with them last season.
Yeah.
I mean, he could sneeze and throw a touchdown.
We're aware. He got Jamar Chase signed
T. Higgins.
and literally the same day. They were signed at the same time.
Same time. Yeah.
2 minutes apart.
Like literally.
Yeah,
it's like they were in the room together.
Yeah. Well, yeah, Cincinnati didn't send one of those guys away to Dallas.
Absolutely.
They were like, no, we're gonna keep them.
Yeah, I mean, good call.
All right. Well, we're pretty sure that Cincy will take that game. And
I think so. I think they'll pull that out.
I think coming out of a game against fired up from a divisional game, going into another divisional game, I think Steelers.
If they come out of Cleveland with a very decisive win, I could see the Cincinnati game being a very defensive game for both.
Sure. Yeah, I can see that. Sure.
Like you said, they get fired up enough to come out of that Cleveland game, a division game, with a win. They're going to come into Cincinnati and go, okay, well, we smack around Cleveland. It's time to smack around you a little bit.
Yeah.
And this is all barring injuries
of course.
in any form. Injuries will beat up any team, no matter who you are, no matter if you're Cincinnati, Vikings, Steelers. It don't matter. Injuries do hurt.
No, for sure.
Well, leaving Cincinnati out of Week 7, going into Week 8 against the Green Packers.
Green Bay Packers are an improved team. That's a Sunday night game.
Playing them at home
Yeah.
on Sunday, late game at 8:20.
And we are historic with playing really tough on Sunday nights at home.
Oh, I would say the Steelers would take this home. I know the Packers are a better developed team.
100%.
Oh yeah, absolutely, but a team.
Just because they're developed doesn't mean they can.
And again, there's something about these prime time night games that the Steelers play very, very tough.
Yeah, Green Bay is definitely my dark horse for the season.
It's usually after the week after a night game.
They got back-to-back night games too.
When it's a day game, I can see the Colts being one of those, after the Packers.
Yes.
I can see that Colts game. Steelers look like ass.
That's a horrible loss for the Steelers.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
I think.
You think they'll slip up with the Colts?
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, it's a Steelers loss. That's a Steelers loss. But Green Bay is my dark horse for the season.
And
why are you saying that?
Jordan Love got a weapon. He got a speed demon in Matthew Golden.
Oh yeah.
Paired with Christian Watson.
Yeah.
Their defense is great.
Again, and same thing was said about Roman Wilson too.
Yeah, he's great too.
Great too, but he was injured, and that
yeah, I mean
that put a huge damper on a lot.
For sure.
Yeah. So yeah, if they're healthy, healthy, Packers are going to.
With Josh Jacobs in the backfield.
Quite frankly, I wouldn't be surprised Packers take number 1 in their division.
That division's going to be fun to watch between the Lions and Green Bay and Minnesota. That division's fun.
Yeah, well, I do think the Lions, you're going to see the Lions just fall down a little bit.
I can see it
this year, only because now that Jared Goff is, or is it Jared?
Yeah,
no,
Jared.
No. I'm sorry, I'm thinking of Bills.
Josh Allen?
Yeah, I'm thinking about Josh Allen. I would like to see Josh Allen make it to the Super Bowl this year. I think he deserves it.
Mm-hmm.
However, I think that, the female that he's poking in from behind, I think he's going to care about that a little bit more than anything else, to be honest. I know I would.
Yeah, I don't see the Steelers beating Green Bay. If that team's healthy, I don't see them beating Green Bay.
What do you think?
Again, it's a Sunday night game, though, man. They are insane.
It's just
on a Sunday night
it's
game.
that roster. It's.
What about you, Sage? You haven't really said much. You're kind of over there just bobbleheading again.
Right. I agree with you, Sage.
Yeah.
It's
great
insight.
Yeah, careful. You're going to give yourself whiplash.
Yeah.
He's sorry, Dave.
We
If
agree.
he gets falls back in the chair, he goes.
Thumbs up.
Yeah.
If I see that them coming out of a Sunday night game, if they come out of that game with a win, they'll come into that freaking day game against the Colts. They'll look like ass.
They got destroyed by the Colts last year.
It's been done before.
It happened last year.
It's been done,
but it's a home game. That's like the typical. That was the Ben Roethlisberger 6-game touchdown game.
Well, it's a back-to-back home game.
Yeah.
On both.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe the homestand they would win. I think they lose 1-1-1. I think they lose against Green Bay and win against the Colts.
I do. I think they're gonna get spent from that Packers game. I think they'll come out of that Packers game with a win.
Yeah, I would say Packers win, Colts loss.
Not because the Packers are bad, just because there's something that triggers on Sunday night games for Pittsburgh, and they just go nuts, and they come back the next week on a day game.
True.
After facing the Colts, me saying they're going to lose to the Colts, win against the Packers. You got 3 Sunday games in a row, one late, one morning or evening, and then one late again.
Another late Sunday
away
at
against the Chargers.
LA.
we are getting our asses fucking.
Oh yeah, that Jet.
Najee's running for 200 yards. Najee's running 200 yards, 3 touchdowns. I'm marking it right now. I'm betting it. I'm
Fuck you, me.
betting it.
He about to run 500.
Dude,
He's putting up 200 yards at
Dude.
least.
if not,
At
if
least.
Najee puts up 200 yards, I will shave my head. I will let you shave
We
my
have
head.
it here, folks.
Yeah.
If Najee runs,
If he doesn't, I shave your head.
Oh, we'll pass on that offer. I would get murdered.
I just wear a hat. I'll take your hair like on your head for when you're wearing a hat.
Bald cap it. You gotta do it for the viewers. Get a bald cap.
all right, here. You know what? I'll replace Josh on them.
Oh my gosh.
If Najee runs 200,
I think by week 10, he's not even a starter.
Oh, I think he's starting 100% over J.K. Dobbins.
okay. Well, this bet all depends on if he's a starter.
No, they're gonna bring him in on purpose.
So,
We're gonna see this.
Even if he's injured, he's on crutches. Like, oh no, kid, you're starting.
if Najee runs 200 plus on week 10, Pork Dog has to shave his head live.
Oh yeah.
Live right here.
Oh no.
I'll pull a chair over right in front of the camera. And I will shave his head if Najee does not run 200. I will shave my head. Everything gone.
Oh my god.
The handlebars going.
Oh no.
But
It'd be
this bet
so funny.
all depends on if Najee
Could you
is
imagine?
a starter. If
It'd be so
Najee,
funny.
if Najee is not a starter, then the deal is void.
Could you imagine like Najee does run for like 200 yards and like 3 touchdowns? It'd be hilarious.
Calm down over there.
It'd be so funny.
Calm down over
All
there.
right, all right.
Because he was like so hit or miss depending the game here. He goes to one season for LA and he just murders us. It's the most Steeler thing I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
Now-
that's
Now we are going to shake live on camera.
Witness.
2 witnesses live.
It is now a legal document.
We'll trap the papers later.
Oh,
Well, yeah,
We'll
we
get the blood
both.
sample.
Amber can be the lawyer. Go back to earlier.
oh boy.
I don't even know who's watching us live right
It
now.
don't matter. What the performer.
But leaving LA Chargers and going
Damn, too long.
back home to face Cincy Sunday evening.
That's
It's afternoon. It's afternoon.
You say 1 o'clock is evening?
That's afternoon.
Afternoon.
That's afternoon.
It's going to lead into evening.
I was gonna
It'll be over by 4.
say, it's like 4.
yeah.
It'll be over by 1:30, honestly.
When it's done, it'll be dark.
It'll be over. It'll be done by 1:30.
Okay, so it seems that Paco is thinking that Cincy is just going to wipe them fucking
Dude, I mean, I've watched Joe Burrow throw for 500 yards against the Steelers defense twice. So
if he feels like it.
with Jamar Chase and T. Higgins, it's not hard. Jamar just gets open. It's literally what he
So
does.
what are you saying? We're going to lose all of our division games except for fucking Cleveland?
I think they lose both games to Cincinnati, but I think
They're still
could be wrong. I honestly, like I said, it still depends on Troy Henderson because that defense is not good. And it goes back to the game they're going to play in Cincinnati. It literally depends on the Bengals defense and how many points Burrow puts up.
Whenever I think of Cincinnati, I think of the 2 games that they played against Baltimore to where it was literally neck and neck because they had no defense.
It's not Burrow's fault, clearly. Clearly, last season
with-
just made a point of that.
With
Yeah, no kidding.
a team that does have defense, I feel like they are going to overwhelm.
But they don't have an offense. That's the problem.
In
They
Bobs,
can-
we trust.
They can stop them, but you need touchdowns to beat Burrow. It's like you need touchdowns to beat Mahomes, and you need touchdowns to beat Brady and Manning. It's the same way.
Or we can have like 12 field goals and we'll be perfect.
Burrow could throw for 3 touchdowns and traps, but it doesn't matter. 3 touchdowns, defense crumbles in the 4th quarter, they'd still probably win. They need an offense. You need touchdowns to beat him.
Well,
Unless he's hurt. And then
what I've also noticed is last season and even the season before, the Steelers like to win by a fucking field goal.
Oh yeah, Boswell we trust.
Yeah.
That poor kicker from Pitt is poor guy. He's never gonna play. He's gonna play in the preseason because Boswell doesn't miss.
Right.
The dude doesn't miss. He's the best kicker in football
Right now.
for sure.
Right now he is, for sure.
Well, since Baltimore released Tucker.
Yeah, Justin Tucker will be in Cleveland next week, guaranteed. right there with Deshaun Watson, right in his parlor.
Right.
Dude, parlor tricks.
So you get out of Cincinnati, and now you have to travel to Chicago to play the Bears, who also,
Well, we're leaving from home.
like I said, you get out of the Cincinnati game, and the very next week you're at Chicago, and that looks like that's probably the Sunday before Thanksgiving.
Yep.
That's
I think it's a win.
That's I don't know. That's just like a flip of a coin. I mean, yeah, they could pull out the win
I think it's a win.
at Chicago, but by that time in Chicago, it is going to be cold.
I mean, that's brilliant.
It's going to be cold in Chicago. Not super cold, but it will get cold in Chicago.
I think Caleb will get overwhelmed.
Well, I mean, we've also seen Chicago also pull shit out. Where they almost beat undefeated fucking Kansas City last year.
True.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
Same with Denver.
Yeah. You're at Soldier Field.
Well, Denver did beat them. It's because Mahomes didn't play. We're not really going to count that.
True.
They whipped that ass. That's why the name wasn't good in the playoffs. But because
that's a game. That Chicago game could go either way. Just
for sure. I think
just by whatever you can insert anything you want
for sure
for that game.
I'm interested to see what Brad Johnson does with Chicago after leaving Detroit. I'm curious to see what he does. I still think Caleb Williams gets overwhelmed though by between that pressure defense.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah, that's Sunday the 30th after Thanksgiving, an afternoon game at Buffalo. That's Buffalo all the way. No matter if it's at Buffalo or at Pittsburgh, that's Buffalo.
It's a home game. Buffalo will be visiting us here.
Yeah, it's Buffalo.
That's Buffalo's taking that 100%.
Yeah.
And then after Buffalo,
Josh Allen by 7
cleaning the fucking slate, wiping the field with our asses,
twice.
Making sure we're not in the fight. Well,
Yeah, that week, these weeks will literally be playoff games. These are literally playoff games.
Particularly the week 14 at Buffalo against the or
Both
at Baltimore against the Ravens. That's gonna be one of those.
Let's make or break.
Yeah,
I think fucking Baltimore is just gonna
crumble.
I think the Steelers actually sneak that game in.
I think
They always split the season.
Yeah.
I think
So
that's the
do you
game they
think-
sneak, and they're going to lose. At
week
home.
18 at home. We're gonna lose.
Yeah.
Depends.
It depends what's going on.
That depends on what's going on in the division. That could be a game where, if it's in our favor, we might be able to think, well, we could sit a few guys.
So, do you think these last two games, week 17 against Cleveland and week 18 against Baltimore, are kind of just going to be up in the air?
It depends how the Steelers season goes.
Yeah, it depends. It always does. That our division is an insane freaking division. Insane that any one of these four fucking teams, actually all four teams, are just continuously year after year fighting for a spot.
Yeah,
constantly.
it is so consistent.
Honestly, I would think if any other team was to swap out, say if it was Minnesota was going to swap out with either Baltimore or Cleveland to be in our division, they wouldn't be able to compete.
Oh, if you're putting we'll use the Vikings as an example. You're throwing Minnesota in this division. Absolutely, I can see them almost winning the division.
Minnesota?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
I don't.
Okay, I probably used a bad example.
Who are going to use Chicago? Yeah, Chicago wouldn't win in this division. Absolutely not. Detroit could win in this division. Green Bay could win in this division.
Detroit could definitely compete in our division
For sure.
for sure.
Absolutely.
Detroit, New England.
Well, I'm just basing it off
I
of
want
what
to say
we've
Miami.
seen
That'd be bad.
last year, the year before, just in history. We have one of the hardest hitting divisions.
Oh, yeah, that's not debatable. 100%.
Yeah.
Yes, teams can compete, but will they survive?
True. Well, there are some. No,
True. There can be
are a few
some teams like
that can survive and compete and survive in our.
I hate to say it,
sure, but
Philly.
Oh, they'd run it.
Now?
They would run it.
now, the Philly now, yeah, they would
They would just run
they
it.
would.
They'd run it.
I don't know if they would run it.
That defense, that offense, they're
But
running.
that defense is depleted.
Oh, for sure, but it's hard to stop
Defense is
Saquon
depleted.
and
Take-
Jalen and
take
Brown
New York.
and Smith.
Both New York.
The Jets,
Jets
and
are
the Giants.
Yeah, they wouldn't. No,
No, I don't see it. No.
they
No.
would not survive.
No.
No.
So
No.
I mean, playing Baltimore,
It'd be really funny if the
Cincy.
Giants were here, though. Just for
Chicago,
Russell Wilson's sake.
Chicago could compete.
Chicago could compete, yeah.
Yeah, it would be an interesting.
I mean, like a Cleveland situation.
Yeah,
Exactly. It's exactly a Cleveland situation.
Right. But it is an insane division.
It is one of the hardest divisions to play in football. That's not precedent. That's pretty much on record.
Because you
the
can't
weakest team in the division is
It's Cleveland.
Cleveland.
right now, Cleveland.
And they have a stellar defense.
And
it's
that's-
crazy.
And not by much. Cleveland is the weakest team, not by much right now.
Yeah.
To be honest with you.
Cleveland gets a competent quarterback with a competent offense. They're great because that defense is not let up points. And if they do, it's very rarely.
It's very rare. Rarely. It's
Rarely.
very rarely.
With Greg Newsome and Denzel Ward and Myles Garrett, who's a monster.
I mean, I still stand by it. We are the hardest hitting division.
Oh,
It's gonna be
absolutely.
hard.
Absolutely.
I don't know.
Watch any Ravens game. Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah.
Literally. That's
Yeah.
the hardest hitting games in football.
That's why it's so fun to watch.
Oh, those games are the
They're
best.
fantastic games to watch.
Best rivalry in football, I
Yeah.
think.
What, Baltimore and Steelers?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
Before,
And same with any four of the teams squaring off against each other
oh yeah, they're great too.
because they're in division games
Oh yeah.
and
Jacksonville, Tampa, Miami.
Jet. Tampa's looking so good.
Yeah.
Tampa looks crazy good.
Well, going into week 15, we are going to be facing one of those Florida teams, being the Miami Dolphins at home.
That's a win.
That I would say they'd be a little too cold.
It's cold and Tua has concussion prone. Depends if Tua plays. Depends if Tua is not hurt. Depends what weather is too.
yeah, that's still beginning of December. That's not going to be too insane. It's different now. It's not
Okay.
True.
December.
It's going to be a little chilly, and
December's not what they used to be.
True.
It's a night game. It's probably going to rain.
It's probably gonna. It'll be partly cloudy.
It's probably going to rain. It's probably going to rain.
15 at night.
It's
Partly
going to be
cloudy.
cloudy and raining.
but I'd say the Steelers would take that against Miami.
Yeah,
I do too.
And then going into week 16, we got Detroit.
Ass meeting.
We are getting slaughtered.
I don't know. Detroit's fallen down a little bit. They just can't seem to really.
Well, actually, I'll put it as this. It all depends on where we're standing in our division. Because we're going week 16, week 17, week 18. This is the end of the season.
Here's a question. Let me pose this while we're talking about this. I know this is unknown at the moment, but do you want to factor in if as we're talking right now, if Rodgers is a starter, where are we at then?
If Rodgers was
It's a little different. I think it's a little different, but I don't think it's
Like,
too much.
I've been talking as if Will Howard was a starter.
Yeah.
Just seeing how he was in his two college teams. He is a champion himself. The drive he has, the work ethic he has, I will stand by his work ethic 100%. This man asked for the fucking playbook right after the draft. And they said, chill out for a weekend. We'll give you the playbook. We appreciate the drive.
Right. We still got to see the on-field performance.
Even if I don't know, I don't see Rodgers beat Detroit. I don't see it. That offense.
I don't see.
The only thing that I struggle with is the mere fact that we did give up Pickens. If we had Pickens and Rodgers, I think this conversation is a little bit different.
I don't know. I don't.
I do.
I don't.
Well,
I think.
I think the conversation is a little bit different. I think if we were to have Pickens and Rodgers, I would say Cleveland would be getting stomped.
Oh, for sure. Cleveland's not gonna. Cleveland's out of the question. They're gonna get murdered. Cleveland will get murdered.
I think a lot of teams. I think it would be a struggle for other teams if it was Rodgers and Pickens
I
in
definitely
the lineup.
think the Bengals games would look a little different. I think it would be definitely closer.
Well, you also
it'd
got
be
to
closer.
take into consideration we do have DK, who is definitely a better.
Oh,
No
DK's
doubt.
down there somewhere. Don't worry, he'll be there.
No doubt. But
Definitely
you're not going to be able to go to DK all day.
no.
The teams will cover that.
Yeah,
But it's also the fact that, last season we had Pickens, Calvin Austin, like those were.
The play calling was just ass, and
Now
Great.
we have DK, who is a better wide receiver than Pickens.
arguable, but yes, I agree.
He's still up there, and he is like 10 years.
Yes, he is
So-
more seasoned. I agree.
oh,
Not
proven.
saying
I
that-
mean,
That too.
Not,
Exactly.
not saying that him being seasoned is like.
but there's
skill
got to be somebody on the
Oh no, not at all. I just mean like he's definitely more experienced.
There's got to be somebody on the opposite side of Metcalf to allow for the pressure to come off and for options to be out there.
Completely agree.
There's got to be some options, regardless if you're going to run, pass, whatever you're going to do. There's got to be another option or two. And I'm sorry, Roman Wilson and Flip Wilson and George Wilson, whoever the hell else Wilson you got out there,
Russell.
it's not gonna cut it. It's just not gonna. People are just gonna just chuckle.
I mean,
Well, the thing that DK has is one, he has his height, he has his speed,
He's so
and he has
fast.
his fucking strength.
oh, he's
He's a
huge.
fucking monster.
He's huge. There's no doubting his athleticism.
So
He's insanely athletic.
I firmly believe that's DK is the one reason. Well, not just DK, but Seahawks did have a couple other fair weapons, and I think that's why Sam Darnold had a much better season last year than he has ever had by having Metcalf and
Well, he was in Minnesota last year.
he was Minnesota.
He had Justin Jefferson, which was crazy.
What the hell was the dude in Seattle?
It was Geno Smith last year. He's now with Raiders
Raiders.
because they basically built Seattle Junior with Pete Carroll as head coach. Down there, they have literally Pete Carroll, Geno Smith, and a bunch of other former Seahawks.
honestly, like I didn't really see anything with Gino. Like
He played well. Geno Smith's really,
Yeah.
really like. I would say he's exceptional talent. Like
So
He's not like
that being said, that may be a plus and a bonus for us, no matter who's going to throw the ball, because at the very least, they will be able to get the ball to DK,
for sure.
which will help.
He'll get open.
Not only will it help, he'll get open. Not only will it help because it will get open, but it'll probably help with the quarterback, whomever that may be, with throwing the ball. Not to just DK, but to whomever else.
I think Wilson could be sneaky. I think he could be like a whole Juju Smith-Schuster thing again with Antonio Brown. It could be the same thing all over again.
Who?
When they had Juju and AB, Juju was a great number two. It could be the same thing all over again with Roman Wilson
Oh, Roman Wilson.
because DK is that big of.
I hope
It's
you're right.
DK Metcalf.
I for surely hope you're right.
You gotta cover DK Metcalf. It's like you gotta cover Antonio Brown. You
Yeah,
have
you have to
to.
cover.
and
Yeah,
it got to the point to where they were pulling
but
for a double.
even
Oh yeah, DK's gonna get doubled because of his height. The dude is 6'4".
Yeah.
He's nuts.
And
Roman
he has
Wilson,
fucking hops.
oh, like I said, his athleticism is crazy. Watch his combine; it's like comical how funny it is.
The one thing I was just sitting there thinking of was, as you're talking, I'm going, oh, geez, yeah, the whole AB and Juju's thing. And I'm thinking, so I'm going to put out there and ask, would you prefer to have DK or AB?
It's 8. We're talking prime Antonio Brown.
Yes.
Oh, Antonio Brown. That's not
So
debated. That's not debated. I'm Antonio Brown.
Was just insane.
Even though he wasn't my favorite receiver in the league, I would argue that Julio Jones was better in his prime, which is debatable, which is whatever. You can't. It's hard to argue like DK Metcalf versus prime Antonio Brown. Like prime Antonio Brown was like Jerry Rice numbers almost. It was stupid.
Yeah.
It's almost like Randy Moss numbers. It was dumb.
Yeah.
I've never seen a receiver insane like that since Randy Moss was with the Patriots last. It was unheard of.
Right. But the nice thing is that we do have DK.
Oh yeah, DK Metcalf.
So he's going to make whatever quarterback that much better.
Yeah, life will be easier.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
If Russell Wilson happens to be the number 2, it'll make his life easier. It would make Calvin Austin's life easier.
It'd be a big,
But my thing is, we had we
had a 1 and a 2.
You had two number ones. You had 2 number
we
ones.
We for sure had a 1 and a 2, or 1A, 1B.
It was literally
1A, 1B minus.
It was like a Bengals build.
Yeah.
At receiver, because they're Jamar Chase and Teague as well. They're both ones.
Yeah.
They are. They're insane.
Like we had that chance and we just handed him out to fucking
to have Dallas have 2 number 1s, even though CeeDee Lamb is much better than George Pickens. Much better, in my opinion.
I mean, now I'm kind of curious to see how Dallas is going to do with Pickens.
It's Dallas. We'll be mid again and losing the playoffs.
You never
Dude,
know.
I'm sorry. I'm just, after that, man, DK, and I'm hoping, like you said, Rowan Wilson.
Say it could be.
But after that, you got freaking Robert Woods, Scotty Miller.
Robert Woods is a good number 3. It's a guy who just catches passes.
Calvin Austin.
He's open.
And
he's a good vet to have too. For Rowan Wilson, it's a great thing.
Lance McCutcheon.
Whoever that is.
Exactly. Ben Scow.
It's Andrew McCutcheon, last cousin.
Yeah.
Well,
anyway.
How do you think we're going to end up? End of season. Do you think we're going to be another wild card team?
I don't think they make the playoffs. I don't think they make the playoffs. If Rodgers we're back wild card.
As we're speaking right now, I agree. I do not see us even making the playoffs. However, this conversation could go differently if they have some weird something or other up their sleeves where they bring in another number, like a 1B or a number 2 receiver that's legitimate, and or Rodgers. After that, then this conversation goes vastly different. But right now, I know we have Calvin Austin. I know we have DK, and DK is fantastic. But
and then
you can't throw to DK all day. You can't throw to DK all day. They for surely cannot go back to the play calling they did last year. That was horrific. You can't go 25 yards deep on a fucking 4th or 3rd and 1. It's ridiculous.
So as of right now, you don't see us as a playoff team?
No, I think they go 9-8 and miss out. I think Tomlin's going to get his winning season thing, and they're going to miss out the playoffs.
Safe. I agree.
Somehow they'll pull out 9 wins. Somehow they'll do it.
And Boz, we trust.
Somehow they'll pull out 9 wins. Don't know.
Yeah, right now, this conversation right now, I don't see them making the playoffs.
No way.
No.
Well, kind of want to.
And I'd like to be proven wrong, to be honest with you.
Oh, for sure. Sure.
But right now, 9-8, I agree.
Yeah, I don't think they're a playoff team.
Well, we went over the Steelers schedule, kind of seeing how things might end up. To our conclusion, we pretty much said as they stand right now, they are not a playoff contending team. They do have a very, very strong schedule at the end of this season.
Really do feel like Aaron Rodgers changes his whole combo.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
I really feel like it does.
Yeah. With the quarterback room that they have now,
yes,
they are not.
It's going to be a start. It's going to be starting an offense.
It's going to look like they're tanking for Archie Manning, which would be crazy. Not out of the discussion. If that's their plan, but them putting all this into Will Howard and them doing that would be crazy.
Right.
Like, it would be a confidence killer.
Right.
Because Archie Manning is insanely talented. But Cleveland will end up getting him, so it's okay.
We're going to take this over to Mr.
I'm
Taco's
looking for
number one
improvement, man.
team.
That's one improvement from last year. That's all I want.
We got the New England Patriots schedule. I'm just going to run down the schedule real quick, and then we'll talk a little bit about that. We kind of just rambled on for an hour about the Steelers. And
Sorry.
Hey, there's three of you. It's fine. I get it.
So, yeah,
It's the hometown team.
So,
It's understandable.
So week one, Patriots versus the Raiders
That's so
at
funny.
home.
That game's funny to me.
Then week two, facing Miami in Miami. Week three, we already know, are facing the Steelers at home. Week four is the Panthers at home, away against Buffalo, away against the Saints, away against the Titans, home against Cleveland, home against the Falcons, away against the Buccaneers.
Hey, we got followed JetBlue to the Bucks game. Which that's so. It was the only scheduled game I seen that has a flight at it.
There's been all the ways.
Look at that. Fly with JetBlue.
There's
Okay. I didn't see them in any other one except for that one.
I'm like, who the fuck thinks I'm getting on a plane?
so away against the Buccaneers, home against the Jets, away against Cincy,
Can't fly to that game.
home against the Giants. Week 14 bye week.
That's a late bye week.
Yeah.
Week 15 against the Bills. Home.
Wow. Looks similar.
And
Week 16 away against the Ravens.
All right, I want to see the concert. Oh, never mind. I will pay.
Why would JetBlue? Love it.
I will pay.
Week 17 away against the Jets. And then week 18 final game home against the Dolphins. I'm going to go back up to the top of the list. We're going to run over and see how we think the
I have
Patriots.
learned one thing. I'm flying with JetBlue.
right. Well, I will say this real quick though, from what Paco said before, but yeah, they really did spend some money on the defense.
Oh yeah, they loaded up.
They
They
loaded up
spent
their defense.
money this year, and it made me so happy to see
Yeah.
during FA.
So,
Yeah, I mean, not only have they on offense they have Stephon Diggs, but they also got Matt Collins from Buffalo.
He was a big part of their playoff run last
Was
year.
a big part of their playoff run, and Morgan Moses a tackle. It's
Yep. And they brought in
It's
Will
not too
Campbell
shabby.
too from LSU. I really like that too.
right. Yeah, but I mean, Robert Spillane,
Yep,
Harold,
too.
Harold Landry, Milton Williams from Philadelphia. They went out and
Made me so happy.
well,
They
with,
finally did something.
they're pushing. They're looking to push the AFC.
I love it.
with
They're
that
looking at-
being
yeah.
said,
Love it.
how do you think the very first game of the regular season is going to end up at home?
Well, against the Raiders.
I think they win. But I think it's really funny because Tom Brady's partial owner of this team. It happens to be the first game of the season. So, which is
partial owner of the
Raiders.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of funny to me. But I think
Oh,
Pats win this game. I think Pats win this game.
Probably. I want to go with a probably on that one.
I would say it would be a close win.
For sure. I think it's
Probably.
it's win. Yeah.
So
I don't see them blowing out anybody this year, to be honest.
Pats versus Raiders.
Probably Pats. I don't really give a shit. I don't care about the Patriots.
Matt,
I still have the hatred for Tom Brady. He hasn't been there for a while now.
yeah, I know they make that scary.
His
Man, I
stench is
know.
still there. He was there for how long?
20 years, buddy.
Baked in.
20 years.
The skill might not be there, but his stench is.
Dude, Tom Brady come out of retirement right now and be the best quarterback on the Steelers roster.
No kidding. That is true.
At me.
That is big truth. Sorry. That is big truth.
Respect is where respect is deserved.
That's
So
But still, fuck Brady.
That's
Yeah,
fine.
dude,
That's fine.
I respect him as a football.
just out of
I will welcome Brady in the fucking Steelers locker room with open arms, dude. I will tell you that. Come on in. Come on in, sir. Come on in, sir. The water is fine.
Take us to the Super Bowl, please.
Right?
Get yourself another
I am
ring.
not going to drop the soap, Mr. Brady.
Papa Tom will get anybody
But
there.
wouldn't he still be tied with the Steelers for?
No, he would have 8.
No, it's still illegal.
He would have 8. He has 7.
He has-
Regardless.
He has the most for
So-
any player to ever touch the
So
field.
they leave home, and then they leave home on week 1 against the Raiders.
He tied while with the Patriots.
Yeah.
Won a Super Bowl with the
Yeah.
Buccaneers.
Buccaneers,
In his
yes,
first
he did.
year with them, too. He, has
Yes, he did. Yes, he freaking did.
he beat Mahomes, too. Beat that ass, my man.
Yes, he did. With no controversy whatsoever.
None.
None.
Kick
They
their ass.
straight up and down, whip that ass.
They really did.
That was a very well put together team.
That defense was fantastic.
That was a very well put together team at that point in time. But Patriots come out of home, travel up to Miami for week 2.
That's a loss. They never play well in Miami.
I know,
They
right?
never play well.
They always struggle in Miami.
It's like the Ravens
what.
games. They always split the series in Miami.
It'll probably be a hurricane by that point in time.
Probably.
So now they're 1-1 for the season.
For sure. Yeah.
Going into week 3 against the Steelers.
I think they
At
win
home.
that game. I think they win that game because it's at home.
Yeah, it's at Gillette Stadium.
I think it's a
so
win because they're at home.
the Steelers do struggle at Gillette Stadium.
Always have.
They have a couple stadiums they struggle at, and Gillette's one of them.
Absolutely. So
Yeah.
we're going 2-1 for the Patriots season so far. Moving in week 4, we got the
Carolina Panthers, that's a win.
at home. That's a win.
That's a win.
That's a win. Their quarterback is going to be in big fucking disarray by that point.
Poor Bryce Young.
He's not going to know whether to cry or wind his watch.
So now they're sitting
Both.
3-1
Same
for
time.
the season, going away.
That's a loss.
Stadium.
That's a loss.
Buffalo.
That
That is going to be
That's
their
an L.
second loss.
That is an L.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry, Mr. Allen. Didn't mean to upset you like this.
So
I apologize for
I'm
taking
going to
your
step
wife
out on the
to
field.
I apologize.
Patriots will be sitting 3-2 at week 5.
That's the
Going
best
into
start we would have had in 40
He's
years.
at New Orleans.
That's a win too. Oh my god! Because Derek Carr retired and they have nobody.
They
According.
got nobody.
They got that guy though, that Tyler guy from Louisville who they didn't take Shedeur Sanders for. Watch. You want to see a funny combine? Watch the guy they drafted. He threw the ball like sideways in the air and the ball died in the air.
No.
It's
For the
hilarious.
Saints?
Oh yeah, it's hilarious.
Oh, goodness. Oh my
So
god.
funny.
So that puts the Patriots 4-2.
They've had this good of a start since Brady was there.
Moving into
What
week
if
7.
Rodgers goes to the Saints?
I didn't even think of that. Plausible. Very plausible.
Is that
Very.
even a talk?
I could see it happening.
Rodgers can go. Rodgers can
What
go.
quarterback do
wherever
they
he
have?
wants.
Rodgers should start.
But as of right now, Saints and Steelers are 2 teams that are definitely in dire need of a quarterback.
The team we really wanted to go to was Minnesota, but why would Minnesota go away from
That'd be
Jim
insane.
McCarthy?
If anything,
Why? I don't see it.
if I was him, I'd go to the Saints.
I go to either or, but anywhere
I'd go
because
to the
Minnesota just said no.
I'd go to the Saints because you're almost assured not to really have to play in cold weather.
Yeah, you're in a dome.
And 2, being that he is Aaron Rodgers and the Saints do have a new freaking head coach, he could push his weight around on that head coach all he wants.
True. It's very
He's
true.
not going to do it with Tomlin.
God no. But they have they have like a really good relationship with each other.
Plus, that's New Orleans, dude.
Yeah, exactly.
He can.
They go
That's
to ayahuasca every day. No one would know.
that's pink taco all day long
Well,
for him.
moving on to week 7 at Nissan Stadium against Titans.
I think they win that game too. I don't think Cam Ward's going to beat them.
So you're saying 5-2.
As the people they play so far, yeah, I don't see Cam Ward beating that defense.
Okay, moving into week
Yeah.
8 against Cleveland.
That's a win.
Moving on.
Win 6-2.
6-2.
Next.
That's
Thank
a
you.
loss.
Next.
That's a loss. They'll lose to Atlanta.
You think?
Yeah, it's a Patriots
Week 9
loss. They'll
against
lose to
Atlanta.
I don't know.
They'll lose.
Taco is saying they're going to lose.
That's at home
That's
though.
putting-
No, I don't know, man. Like I
Oh,
said,
maybe.
Team
Well,
start-
they're definitely losing week 10. They'll lose week 10 for sure.
watch is that Tampa Bay,
Yeah.
and
And
it's
it's
hurricane season.
well, No, not by November. Not by November. You're good by November.
Wow.
But yeah, it depends.
Well,
I don't know. Maybe
I
they'll be
mean, they're
Atlanta.
a little bit, yeah, but
I can see
that's
that.
in November.
That's it. It's gonna be over.
That's in Gillette, dude. That's
an
a tough
overtime
venue.
win.
That's a tough
OT
venue.
win?
That's an OT win.
Okay, so that puts them
I don't think
7-2.
Atlanta's all that good.
They're just built well.
I don't know. I don't think they're
Their
built
coaching's
well.
bad, but they're a
I
well-built
don't
team.
think they're built as
Right,
well
right
as
now
you're
we're
thinking.
putting the Patriots 7-2 for the season.
So far, yeah.
Yeah, but granted, they've played no one difficult. They have one of the easiest schedules in the league.
Yeah.
And then they go to Tampa Bay.
That is a fat loss.
At Tampa Bay.
So now
That's a fat L.
a 7-3.
Massive loss.
Fat L.
Then they're going to New York against the Jets.
I hate the Jets. They always beat the Jets, so that's a win. That's a win. They always beat the Jets. Jets do not beat the Patriots. It just doesn't happen. Even Mac Jones went undefeated against the Jets, and he fucking sucks.
So that's an 8-3.
Yeah.
Again, they haven't played anybody difficult.
And then
The hardest team they played is Buffalo so far.
they're going Cincy.
That's a loss. And they're not beating Joe Burrow.
So 8-4.
That's a loss.
Week 13 against the Giants, that's a win.
I believe.
No.
I don't know.
I don't know.
At home.
It depends.
Maybe. It
Well,
depends.
At
It
Gillette,
depends.
At
At
Gillette,
Gillette.
it's a win.
Depends.
Russell Wilson may pull that out.
And that game depends. How well does Malik Neighbors play? How well does Malik Neighbors play? Who is starting for the Giants? Is the defense gonna play well with Abdul Carter? I don't see them losing this game.
Yeah, there's a lot of question marks with the
And
Giants.
I don't see them losing the game
Not a
because
lot.
of the Giants' defense. I see them losing to depending who's quarterback. If Jackson Dart is starting, that's a win for the Patriots. And Russell Wilson is starting, it's maybe a win for the Giants. Maybe.
Maybe.
Because it depends who starts.
I think Russell Wilson is just done. He just needs to hold the clipboard. Just let the young kids take it for a little while. Here, kid, take the wheel for a little bit.
So what are we saying the record is at this point?
It would be
9-4.
9-4.
9-4.
They have one of the easier schedules in the league this year.
9-4 going into a bye week.
I would cry.
Coming out of the bye week, going
Fucking loss.
I don't know.
Buffalo.
This is December and at Gillette.
Yeah, but Buffalo plays in shitty
This-
weather too.
Yeah, but this is in December at Gillette.
Yeah.
That's going to be. I think that'll be.
This could be a sneaky win.
This will be a this or that game.
Could be.
I'm saying Buffalo.
If Stephon Diggs balls out against Buffalo, really, I'd laugh my ass off. At least in one of these games, if he goes crazy, I'd
Right.
laugh my ass off.
Right.
Just because. But
Yeah.
I'm gonna base it off of what you're saying. So
So
gonna
it's
say
like
we're
9-5.
I would say they lose. But that defense is definitely better built than it's been in years.
Yes.
So there is a chance that they put pressure on Josh Allen.
Yes.
There's a bunch of things I don't know what they're going to do.
Right.
They lose to Baltimore, though. They're not stopping that run game. They're not stopping that.
well, 9-6.
9-6.
Going
We'll
into-
go 9-6. That's a win.
That's a fucking win.
That's a win.
They did not
10
lose
and
to the
6.
Jets.
That's a win.
That's the game they're going to win. It's at home. They're not losing.
They're
They're not going to lose Miami.
They're not gonna lose. Yeah, not
So at the end of
when
the
it
season,
means something.
week 18, win against
11?
Miami, going 11-6 for the season.
That's a playoff. That's playoffs.
That's playoffs.
They lose in the first round, but that's playoffs.
That's playoffs for sure.
I don't. Depending who they play in the first round, I think they
Right.
lose. They're not going to win the division. Buffalo's winning the division.
Yeah.
They're the only team which they put out the odds for. Buffalo was the only team favored in every game they have this season. Every game they have, they are the favorite to win.
Yeah.
Yes, it's true. Even against the Chiefs, they are favored to win every game they have.
Oh, it's true.
They are true.
Well, there you have it. 11-6 for the Patriots for the season.
There you go.
Playoff contenders. Taco is saying that they're not going to make it out of the first round.
Not at all.
But
Gives me hope.
that is a very positive fucking season for the Patriots.
They gave all of us a positive outlook for the amount of money they fucking spent in the free agency.
And
In all
watch
honesty.
it all go to waste.
Fuck you, man.
So we're going to move on.
Comically laugh.
We're going to move on over
You're going
to
3-14.
Oh my God, go ahead. Just run through that. Week 1 at Washington. Loss.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Yeah.
This is the last team we're going to do for the schedule for NFL.
This is the New York Football Giants.
Comically hard schedule. They were a top 3 pick, and
New
they,
York Giants.
here you go. Go crazy.
This is going to be a very, very easy schedule to go over. Week 1 against the Commanders.
Loss.
Week 2 against the Cowboys.
Loss.
Week 3 against the Chiefs.
Loss.
Week 4 against the Chargers.
Loss.
Week,
First win of the season in week 5.
Loss.
week 6 against the Eagles.
Loss.
Big L. Week 7.
Fat L.
Loss.
Let me get the fucking team name
Okay,
out.
sorry.
Fuck you.
The horses.
Week
The
7.
fucking ponies are gonna walk all over them.
Okay, well, the Broncos, week 7.
To quote Tom Brady, Colts against Broncos who don't fuck. Anyway.
Week 8 against the Eagles.
Loss.
Loss.
Week 9 against the 49ers.
Loss.
Week 10 against the Bears.
Win.
Okay.
Yeah.
Week 11 against the Packers.
Loss.
Week 12 against the Lions.
Win.
Really?
I think Detroit's going to look a lot worse than you guys believe.
That one surprises me. I think Aiden Hutchinson's going to kill somebody.
Week 13 against the Patriots. We
Fat
already
loss.
said they were going to lose. Week 14 bye week.
Loss.
They lost there too. Somehow they lost on the bye week.
Week 15 against the Commanders
Loss.
again.
Loss.
Loss.
Week 16 Minnesota.
Loss.
Week 17 Raiders.
Win.
Yeah, I think they win that game.
And week 18 against the Cowboys.
Loss.
Win.
So we have found out the Giants' new head coach is Bruno Zorro. Without me, how much they're gonna be fucking lost.
That's funny as hell.
So it's going to be a
4-13 season.
well. There you have it, folks. The New York Giants are still shit.
They will be a top 3 pick yet again.
Unless Carter is as insane as they claim him to be,
If
and
he's
is up there in the same areas like Max Crosby and
Micah,
you know
yeah,
what I mean?
yeah, maybe if he's that good,
You know,
sure,
he could disrupt some
for sure.
offenses, for
He
sure.
has so much upside.
So
They have crazy good picks. Just
haven't been
Don't do
proven yet.
shit.
You know, just haven't, yeah.
they don't do anything.
New York Giants.
Well, be 3-14.
Yeah.
We'll be 3-15 somehow because we lost on the bye week. But
Well, that kind of wraps it up for the schedules that we were going
how
to
do
do.
you get a top 3 pick and get the hardest schedule in football?
Man.
It's so funny.
Yeah.
It's so
Yeah.
funny.
Well, they have good picks.
They have
very
great picks.
strong
Malik Neighbors is great.
It's like the schedule makers just went blind.
You know what? Fuck these guys.
Through a door, it was like, oh, Giants are going to have.
You know what? It was the Steelers last year. You know what?
Yeah, we're going
The
to go.
Giants have been fucked with in a while.
Yeah.
It's like they had like the wheel spinner on like Google.
They're putting them
With all the memes in.
Fuck this year.
So, yeah, that kind of wraps it up for what we were planning on doing for football. Went over 3 teams and their schedules. We did lapse pretty long for the Steelers. Do you blame us? I mean, it is our home team,
Right. Right.
but
Right.
we're going to take this
They're
over to the NHL Stanley Cup playoffs. Last stream that we did have, I did not post it on YouTube because there was no audio. We went over,
We went over a lot with the playoffs and
Yes, we
the
did.
playoffs.
yeah, we
Um,
ended up spending about an hour and 15 minutes talking about round 2 in the Stanley Cup playoffs, but unfortunately, there was no fucking audio. So now that there is audio, we're just going to talk a little bit about what we did predict on how round 2 was going to go. We were pretty much all right about Dallas versus Winnipeg. They did take it 4-2 in that series, taking them to the
Western Conference Final.
Western Conference Final. The one that did kind of throw a few of us for a curveball is
That was surprising.
Edmonton versus Vegas.
Yeah.
Now, I did say that Edmonton was going to take this to the Western Conference Final, but everybody else said that Vegas was going to take it.
McDavid.
McDavid
Yeah.
had
McDavid.
Yeah.
Taking it over to round 2 with Carolina and Washington. Me personally, I was kind of hoping that Washington was going to be able to
at least
something
advance.
out of their
I
ass.
was hoping they would advance out of this round past Carolina, but I did think Carolina was just a little bit stronger than Washington.
I mean, after Game 5, they interviewed Ovechkin, and his response was, "It's okay, my bags are packed already. I have another playoff game to go play."
Yeah, he was joking that he was going to go down to Hershey.
Yeah.
About the funny.
So, Carolina ended up taking that 4-1 in that series, and the only series that is still actively going is Florida versus Toronto.
I told you it was going to be a tough series.
It's a 0-0 game by the end of the first period.
I told you it was going to be a tough fucking series. I told you it was 7.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Florida's that one fucking team that just
they don't go away.
They don't go away.
They do not go away.
So what happens? What happens in this game 7?
So this is pretty funny. I was curious when I looked this up, and when I looked it up, it's kind of ironic. So if Toronto wins this game and they go to the Eastern Conference Finals, the last time they went to the conference finals, they played the Hurricanes in 2002.
No,
it's ironic as hell when I looked that up. They played the Hurricanes.
Oh, that's what you were looking at.
I was curious to see when the last time they went, because I know last time they won a Stanley Cup was in 1967. Blah blah blah.
Right.
But I was curious because they didn't make it past the first round since 2004, and I knew that. So I was like, when did they go to the conference finals last time? Well, I looked it up, fuck, it's the Hurricanes.
Wow.
That is so funny.
So, should they get past Florida? And Toronto's got a very good team.
Very good.
Florida's just one of those playoff teams that just fucking nipped at you.
It's like
if they win and face Carolina,
I think
at that point, does Toronto finally get over that hump against?
I think they could beat the Hurricanes.
I think the Hurricanes
they're very good.
They're very good.
Very good.
But I don't think they're a Florida type team where they just stick around. They just nip at you. They're like a gnat. Florida's like a little gnat. You just gotta keep swatting. You just keep coming back.
I've always found it funny. The teams that Toronto's always played ends up in the Cup final. It's happened the last couple of years. They played Tampa twice. Tampa won 2 cups. The only team that they haven't gone Cup finals lately was Boston. They didn't go to the Cup finals, but they went a couple years ago when they played the Blues.
Yeah.
They played Toronto.
Mm-hmm.
Florida played Toronto last year. Florida won the Cup. It's like the Stanley Cups have gone through Toronto.
Yeah.
But they lose to Stanley Cup winning teams.
Yeah.
So it's like Toronto's a very well built team. They are very good.
So
They're very skilled. They're everything that you want in a team. They play these teams that are just they match them.
So are you saying tonight
they could win?
If
they easily could win.
If Florida beats Toronto, do you think Florida is going to go back and take the Stanley Cup?
I don't think they beat Dallas. I still have Dallas going to the Cup final. I don't think they beat
Dallas. You think Dallas is going to win that series against Edmonton?
Absolutely. I don't think Mikko Rantanen's on a fucking hot streak. The dude's insane. I don't see a team beating Dallas unless Rantanen slows down and acts like he never played hockey before. I don't see them losing. They're got everybody back that they needed to. Heiskanen's back. Robertson's back. Rantanen was scoring nearly a hat trick a game, which is stupid.
Yeah, they're playing Winnipeg though.
Winnipeg was the President's Trophy winner this season with the best goalie in the league this year, and they
fell apart.
Dallas outmatched.
Winnipeg just fell apart.
Also, props to Mark Scheifele.
I don't
know if you heard about what happened with Mark Scheifele, but props to him.
Mm-hmm.
His dad died the day of the game for Game 6. And he played and he scored a goal in that game. He scored their only goal that game.
Yeah.
Dallas ended up winning in overtime.
Yeah.
So, that is crazy props to Scheifele. I can't believe he played in that game. I'm shocked he played in that game. And the fact he scored in that game is crazy.
So, how do you think the matchup between Dallas and Edmonton is going to go?
6 games. Dallas in favor. Goaltending's too good. Scoring depth's insane. Defense is absurd. Edmonton is very good. Edmonton beat them last year. They added Miko Rantanen.
I don't know.
The dude was averaging 4 points a period in some of these games.
You all thought that Vegas was going to walk over Edmonton,
I
but
don't think it was going to be a walkover.
No,
I thought it was going to be at least 7.
Yeah,
I thought the scoring depth.
I thought Vegas was going to pull it out, but they didn't pull nothing.
I don't see Calvin McCarr or Stuart Skinner stopping that Dallas team. Yeah, they got hot at the right time, and they could beat them. Like, absolutely, sure. If your goalie gets hot at the right time in the playoffs, sure, go ahead.
Yeah.
I mean, you watched Matt Murray do it for 2 cups, and Fleury. You watched it happen.
yeah.
Matt Murray has the most wins for a rookie goaltender in playoff history, which will never be broken, by the way, because he got 2 rookie seasons in the playoffs.
Funny thing is they ended up putting Matt Murray in.
That's
They
all
were losing
ass beat.
6-1
Shut the fuck up.
against Florida.
I'm aware. In Toronto, and I am.
What was that game? Fucking 4,
In 5.
5.
Fuckers. Florida's so good. But not going back to the Washington series, I also learned this. So Ovechkin has never gone past the second round except for one time. It was when they won the cup. It's the only time he's ever made it past the second round. Does it taint his career a little bit? He only got there once. If he never goes back to the cup, he's only been in the second round of the playoffs. I passed there once. That's it. Does it taint it a little bit? Granted, he is the leadingest goal scorer in NHL history, and he is the best goal scorer in NHL history.
So what are you saying? Like,
does it taint his career just a little bit? Like, if you put it in the GOAT conversation between him and Sidney Crosby, does it taint it a little bit and gives Crosby that edge? Crosby has 3 cups. Like, does it put him more in front of him? Versus how close everyone thinks it is, does it give Crosby that edge just a bit more?
Well, put that into a conversation comparing Gretzky and Lemieux.
Lemieux had cancer. And plus everything else. Back-to-back cups, constant accolades, everything. He's been there. He's done it. If Lemieux didn't have cancer and whatever else problems he had when his early 20s and mid-30s, he would probably have Gretzky's records, in my opinion. Gretzky got lucky going with Mark Messier and Paul Coffey and Grant Fuhr. Lemieux had Coffey in 1989. 5 years without anybody by his side.
Yeah.
He did all that.
Yeah.
That's why I debate Lemieux is the better player than Gretzky. Because Gretzky had, again, Messier, Yari Curry, Paul Coffey, and Grant Fuhr.
Yeah.
How do you lose with that? He won 4 straight cups.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't 4 straight. The average won 4 straight, but he won 4 cups in that time span.
Mm-hmm.
Gretzky's an insane player, and he would hold the points record even if he didn't score a single goal in his career, which is crazy. I think Lemieux's the better player. I don't think it's close. All around, Lemieux's better. Again, Lemieux got a lot better when Yonker got here, and Stevens and Francis and the Samuelsons and you name it. Brasso, blah, 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 blah.
Right.
Gretzky had 4 Hall of Famers immediately.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Okay, well, let's hear your standpoint coming from a Lemieux fanboy.
Yeah.
As one should be.
This man had a mural.
As one should. That's Pittsburgh Jesus. As one should.
What was the question? I don't even know.
Comparing Gretzky to Lemieux, like comparing Ovechkin to Crosby. Since Ovechkin only made it to 1 cup and could only make it to the second round of the playoffs.
Well, past the second round once.
Yeah. Ovechkin didn't have. The Capitals didn't have the amount of talent that the Penguins had for long periods of time. They really didn't. But if you're going to compare like Ovechkin and Crosby, boy,
I think it
Like,
gives,
that is
I think it just gives Crosby the edge.
just a smidgen,
I like
just a
I think
little
it gives him
smidgen.
the edge.
And not that I despise Ovechkin.
Oh, not at all.
No, it's just I think Crosby gets the edge just a little bit, as I think, just like Taco said, because of Lemieux's issues, back issues, and surgeries and cancer and all that kind of stuff. If none of that came about, Lemieux would have just
Easy. He would have had him.
he would have
Easy.
destroyed Gretzky stuff without batting an eye.
I remember I watched the Giant Penguins documentary. It was like in the season when Lemieux first had cancer. It's crazy how much I remember this. Pat LaFontaine was the leading goal scorer.
Love Pat LaFontaine. Yeah,
He was the leading goal scorer at the time.
At the
Lemieux came back from cancer and he took it over
took it over.
in like 20 games.
I love Patty LaFontaine.
Like Lemieux was that good.
Yeah,
You don't see players like that. You don't.
Yeah.
Not a player of his size.
yeah. Lemieux announced that he's going to be able to return to LaFontaine. Was like shit.
Yeah, like
It's like shit. Really?
like I love the fact like when you looked at like prime of Evgeny Malkin, it was like, oh yeah, he looks like Mario Lemieux. He did. He had the size, his speed, skill. You didn't have a guy that big who could do that. The last one you had was Lemieux.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Like Lemieux was that good. Gretzky was also that good.
Oh, Gretzky was fantastic. Yeah, they were both fantastic.
They were insane.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just you don't see a guy like Lemieux's build ever. It doesn't happen.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't like. I've never seen one. Besides,
I think what's unfair for you guys is the fact that I was able to watch
oh for sure.
Lemieux and Gretzky
I wish.
together for Canada.
I wish.
It would have been super nice if, for whatever reason, you'd be able to see Crosby and Ovechkin together in that same capacity.
Oh my god.
That would just you guys would just freaking.
Oh, it's nuts.
Well, unfortunately, we can't because
I know.
Crosby's Canada. And,
I know. So I was very fortunate on seeing them.
Switch your citizenship. Fuck it.
Yeah,
But-
no kidding.
We did get to see McDavid, Crosby. and-
That's definitely the next generation.
For
yeah.
sure.
That's the next generation.
Yeah.
You can, put,
Yeah.
you can put like three of them in there. You can put McDavid, McKinnon, Matthews. Easy.
Yeah.
Easy. That's it for the next generation.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Because McDavid's insane, McKinnon's insane, Matthews is insane.
Yeah. Yes.
I mean, currently Matthews is on pace to break Ovechkin's goal record anyway, which is nuts. And then he just beat it. But Matthews has scored more goals than Ovechkin. Like his average is higher than his. Like last year, Matthews scored 69 goals. He only had 70. It's stupid.
Well, Ovechkin also did have low scoring seasons.
This is Matthews' lowest scoring season. It was 22. Granted, he was hurt a lot.
Yeah. I mean, what was it, like 2 seasons ago? Fucking Ovechkin only had 40-some goals?
Yeah. I mean, 40's still fantastic.
Yeah.
Like, the year before, it might have been 2 years ago. But yeah, last season, Matthews scored 69 goals. The year before that, he scored 60 and 60. Last person who did that was Lemieux. So back-to-back seasons of 60-plus goals.
Yeah.
It's dumb.
Yeah.
That's, like, stupid.
Yeah.
But you never know, he could fall off.
Oh, absolutely.
Sure.
There's not a debate. Anything
Sure.
can happen in this sport. It's like
Sure.
the one sport I can't debate.
Right.
Yeah.
Anything can literally happen.
Right.
Look what happened to Paul Correa. Literally, Scott Stevens murdered that poor man, and he was never the same.
He was a fair talent too, Paul Correa.
He was fantastic.
He was a very
He
very
got
fair talent.
destroyed though.
So, just
So
don't mean to interrupt. Quick update on the Leafs and Panthers game. They're now into the second period.
It's nothing.
And
And still nothing. And I'm not surprised.
Oh my
so, I mean,
I'm
game
not surprised.
6, they
This is
won.
going to go to OT.
Oh my god.
This is going to go to
If
OT.
Toronto wins an OT, it's
I
gonna
think
Toronto's
explode.
going to win this in OT.
I'm gonna say
Oh.
OT.
Double.
I'm gonna say
It'll explode. We won't have the city of Toronto anymore. It'll just blow up.
Just for you, Josh. It's gonna be a shootout.
You can't go to a shootout in the playoffs.
Oh, well, I'm fucking
Nope.
Triple OT.
Triple OT.
Oh, fuck that.
I've watched a triple OT game once.
I think I got 8 times OT.
Fucking Penguins.
Penguins Washington, wasn't it?
Penguins Detroit.
Penguins,
Stanley Cup
Detroit,
Finals
too.
game. I remember that game.
But
We
then
lost
wasn't
that. We
Penguins-
lost that. But yeah,
Yeah.
we lost the series. That's when we
Yeah.
had Bosa. 2008.
2008.
Remember that, fucker.
So anyway, everyone's, I would assume, most of us are sort of in agreement thinking that Dallas will
I think that
win that series against Edmonton
yeah,
in advance to the Stanley Cup final.
for sure.
So we'll have this talk. Toronto, Carolina.
I think Toronto.
Do you think Toronto will?
I think it's Toronto in 7. I think it's another 7-game series.
Florida, Carolina.
Florida in 6.
So either way, Carolina doesn't really have.
They have
They have an opportunity.
they have a
but
chance.
They have a chance, but not.
Florida's kind of like
Not so.
Florida's kind of built like Dallas.
So Dallas, Toronto.
Oh, Dallas wins.
Do you think Dallas is going to win his cup no matter who?
Yeah, I think Dallas wins.
Eastern
I would love to see the Leafs win, but I think Dallas wins. Personally, I think after this,
I
if
don't know.
Toronto doesn't win and Dallas does win the cup, they're going to blow up the team.
So when was the last time Toronto went to a cup?
1967 when they won.
That was it.
Yeah, that's when the Penguins became a franchise.
Yep.
So they haven't won a cup since the Penguins have been a hockey franchise.
Yeah, Toronto is the NHL's Cleveland.
Yeah, which is crazy. They have
Yeah.
11 Stanley Cups and they haven't been to one since 1967.
Right.
It's crazy. They have a crazy good team. They again, like I said, they play the highest caliber teams. They have the best division in hockey. It's insane. With between them, when Boston was good, after they sold everything, you had the Leafs, you had the Bruins, you had the Lightning, the Panthers. They had now Ottawa's good, and now Montreal's good. Like,
I mean, Montreal's better.
yeah, they definitely
Montreal's
improved.
better.
Ottawa made the playoffs. That's nearly the whole division. Nearly the whole Atlantic Division made the playoffs this year.
And the sad part is, I don't know if we're ever going to have a conversation of the sentence of Penguins in playoffs.
Never know.
In
Could be a couple
future.
years.
Maybe. I
Could
mean,
be next year for all we
again,
know.
and I've said this before, it's not going to be too much longer from now when some guy starts to retire.
Yep, not wrong.
And it doesn't seem like there's much of a plan in place.
Yeah, Sid's contract's done in 2 years. So
So yes,
I think
he's no longer the kid.
I think it's like 3 years after when the season starts. Will be 2 years left. I think he's gonna be done after that. But
Yeah.
I think we get one more cup run, and that's it.
I don't
I think we get one.
They have to have solid
Well,
goaltending.
They do
I
have
know
that
they
kid in the
do. They have a
minors
kid in minors
who's insane.
who's not proven and tested yet, and I'm hoping for them that comes to fruition. But as of right now, I don't see much talk of Penguins in playoffs or cup run.
I know they have a ton of cap space. They have the most cap space. It's like $27 million in cap space, I believe.
You know who else has a lot of cap space? Is the Pirates.
They have too much, and they don't do shit with it.
They need to fix the bullpen.
They need to fix everything.
They fix everything.
Paul Skeens pitched a complete game today with 9 strikeouts, and they lost 1-0. They lost 1-0. He had 9 strikeouts. He had 3 hits, 1 run. They lost 1-0 in a complete game. What the fuck else do you need him to do? He'll help him to 1 run.
Yeah.
Get 1. Fuck.
Right.
It's sad. The Pirates are a lost cause. They should just sell the team.
That's so hurtful.
Sell the damn
So
team.
hurtful. So hurtful. These freaking morons just keep going back to fucking games, man. They just keep paying for fucking tickets. Dumbass. But I do think Toronto's going to pull this out in overtime, whether it's single, double, triple,
Quadruple.
you know,
Oh my god.
Sierra, whatever it is.
Yeah. Love it.
Whatever it is, I think they're going to pull this game out in overtime, and then move on and advance to play Carolina in the conference final. But yeah, I think we all agree. I think Dallas looks to
You too.
Right. Looks to have probably the dominant team in this Stanley Cup run.
Yeah, for sure. I just don't see them. I just don't see them losing. To be honest, I don't see Dallas losing to anybody. I thought Winnipeg got a really good chance because they have good forward depth, good defensive depth, great goaltending.
You know, Dallas now reminds me of when I in my tail end of really watching hockey just for other various reasons, but they reminded me of Colorado back when they had Ray Bork.
Oh, Ray Bork and Sakic and all them.
Yeah,
I could see
yeah,
it.
they had a very very strong team, and they just mopped the floor.
Oh, they were so good
when they had that teams. That's what Dallas reminds me
team
of now.
was loaded.
Yeah,
Forsberg and Sakic and Waugh and
the list goes on.
Team was stupid.
Yeah, yeah. Dallas reminds me of a new age 80s Edmonton.
Well, I can see that too.
Yeah.
They definitely have depth. They have everything you want. Florida has it too. They have everything you want. Good defense, good forward depth, great goaltending. They got it.
Florida reminds me a bit of Detroit.
Oh, 90s Detroit?
90s Detroit.
I can see it. Yeah.
A little bit. There's a little bit of that in Florida.
I wish I could have watched those games. I wish the Red Wings and Avalanche rivalry in the late 90s. I wish in the early 2000s.
Yeah.
I wouldn't remember any of those games anyway, but like I've seen like the clips from those games. It's crazy. Yeah, like Patrick Waugh fighting people for fun. I'll never like as much as I hate Ron Hextall's guts because what he did to the Penguins. I'm like I watched him jump over a pile of people to punch somebody. Like that doesn't happen now. Like that doesn't happen now. But like Patrick Waugh is fighting people, and he was like one of the best goalies ever. He's literally like top 3 goalie ever.
My boss and I were just watching the goaltender for the Penguins, just some Brad Johnson.
Oh, when he beat up Ricky, yeah,
when
he punched it twice.
Popped that dude so hard. Who's the other dude that we watched? We watched another fight. We're talking about fights, how they're not the same as they used to be.
No, they're not.
They're not the same now as they used to be then. But there's a dude that played for the Penguins, just some dude went up and
was it Aaron Asher when he put the guy when he did the go to sleep thing?
Yes, that was just
that was a fun game to watch.
I watched the game that it was Marty McSorley and Bobby Probert when they fought, and they went for I swear to God, it was like 2 minutes and some seconds straight, just banging, just fucking banging, one, just fucking banging, just constant. They're like twirling in a circle. It's just
crazy.
Constant. That was fucking.
Yeah,
that was
the fights are definitely not the same now.
No.
They're not. Granted, it's a different style of game now, but
oh yeah, for sure.
No, and then you got the fight that Ovi had where he fucking
when he drops Svechnikov,
yeah,
like 3 hits.
Yeah,
2.
Hilarious.
It's Ovi.
That's
Ovi's old school, man.
He just said,
I loved watching Ovechkin used to hit people the way he did. Dirty as hell now, but oh my god.
Yeah.
We were like, oh, where's Ovechkin? Oh, that guy's dead.
little context on why he said that. No, when we play NHL, the video game, whenever I play, I will go and literally just destroy one of the players. I'm like, murder.
Yeah, murder.
And you should hear me and Taco whenever we're playing. I just killed a man.
Yeah, people do get the form of that game. I love Ragdoll. It's so funny.
He just died. Fucking murder.
Yeah. Watching young Ovechkin hit people was insane. Skates so fast, just jump up, and here comes a flying number 8 out of the sky. Just
didn't care.
No, he was crazy. He played so dirty, but yet
he would fit so well.
Here's 55 goals a season. It's like Brad Marchand. He would lick people, get 100 points a season.
Yeah.
It's like the perfect thing you want. He's a perfect instigator. I mean, oh, here's 100 points.
Oh, he actually got ejected.
It's Brad Marchand. What do you expect?
Yeah.
It's what he does.
I forget which game it was.
Ironically, it's on the team that throws rats.
I think it's
How
game
ironic.
5. I thought it was game 5.
He's on that team with Sam Bennett, Matthew DeChuck, and you throw Brad Marchand on that team, he fits in perfect. Can't stand Sam Bennett or Brad Marchand. DeChuck's all right. He's good. I like him. He's perfect. It's on a team that throws rats for the rat. It's perfect.
It's another team where he would like fit in perfectly.
Marchand?
Yeah.
Philadelphia.
Mid 2000s Philadelphia, yeah, like 2010s.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure, that team will throw. Yeah, Hunter with young Giroux and all them.
Yeah.
Absolutely,
Oh yeah.
it'd be like a godsend there.
Right. Oh, he would have been a god there.
Oh, for sure, it would have been
God
like
there. Yeah.
he would have been a better version of Scott Hartnell.
Yeah. No kidding.
He would have been crazy there. He would have been great in Washington too
Yeah.
with Ovechkin.
Yeah.
I could have seen him, Ovechkin, and Nicholas Backstrom together.
Oh boy.
Nicholas Backstrom's underrated as hell too. Dude is underrated.
I don't know. I was thinking of a different team, like current.
Current?
Yeah.
Current.
Current team for
Marshall?
Yeah.
Ottawa.
Ottawa.
Send him with the other Chuck brother.
Him and Brady would be great.
Yeah.
Brady plays like a full-blown power forward. He literally plays like his dad.
Fucking Rangers with Rempe.
God. No, the Rangers don't need any more. They already stole our coach. What else do they want? Leave us alone. You already got Panarin for 9 million fucking years. What else do you need? Leave us alone. Stop it.
But could you imagine having the right?
Well, Rempe doesn't score like Marchand does, though.
No.
But, like, yeah, Rempe's a fucking monster.
Dude, he had more fucking penalty time than he did ice time.
Leave him alone. It's his job. No, I would be horrified of if he was on Washington. Him and Tom Wilson together would be a fucking nightmare. That is a nightmare from hell.
Tampa, him and fucking Hedman.
Nah, him and Tom Wilson would be way worse. Wilson's a forward, and so is he. You can put them together. Come on the same line.
Yeah,
Fuck it.
I wouldn't want to be on the ice.
Fuck that. I'm sitting on the bench. Where's the big end? Fuck that. Nope.
Sorry,
The oak
Coach.
tree's on
I
the
gotta
ice.
go to the bathroom. I got the squishies
I got
coming
the
out.
fucking redwoods out on the ice. I'm good.
I gotta go to the bathroom.
Rempe's fucking 6'7". He's a monster, and Wilson's a monster too.
Yeah.
Fuck that. No way. Yeah, Rempe and Washington would be crazy.
What game was that?
I love him.
Whenever there was a fight that broke out, he literally just swung the guy around. Fucking, I think it was Washington. Was that Tom?
It was probably.
Yeah. There was like a whole fucking.
There was a line brawl for a Capitals game. I know that. There was a whole full-blown line brawl in the Montreal series.
Yeah.
Tom Wilson was hucking people. They were fighting in the bench and shit. It was awesome. That reminded me of the 90s, early 2000s. They were literally fighting in the bench. Coaches were getting hit with shit. It was amazing.
Good times.
It was crazy.
Good times.
But
Right.
no, another person would fit in really well with Dustin Bufflin. He don't play no more. He's like a forgotten name.
Mm-hmm.
That dude's crazy. I remember when Big Buffs is running around the ice, dragging two people across like they're his kids. He hit 4 people and he grabbed 2 players from the LA Kings jerseys and pulled them to the side. I was like, no, you're done. No, Milo, that happened. I watched it.
For real?
Yeah, dead ass, man. That happened. It's hilarious. But resuming back to Toronto, yeah, I think hopefully they win tonight. I can see them beating Carolina, but I don't see anybody beating Dallas. To me, I don't.
Well, Panthers up 1-0.
Fuck. Again, I wouldn't be surprised if Florida wins this.
That could be it. That could have been.
This literally could have been it. This could be it. Yeah.
Right.
The series has been like this the last couple games.
Right.
Minus game 5.
Game 1. Yeah. literally game one.
Yeah, every game has been a 1-goal game minus game 4. Every game it's been 2-0. Yeah, literally. Besides game 4 and game 5.
Yeah, game one, Leafs won 5-4. Game two, Leafs won 4-3. Game three, Leafs lost by 1. Panthers 5-4 in overtime. Panthers won game 4 2-0. And then Panthers decided to go off out of nowhere. And
As you were talking about them,
6-1.
I guaranteed it was Brad Marchand.
And
I
then
laughed my ass off of that.
game 6, Leafs won 2-0. And now, another update, game 7, Panthers are winning 2-0.
Hilarious. I guess this literally could be the series right there. Right there. It was Seth Jones and Antoine Lindell. Brad Marchand does have an assist. Little fucker.
Was like 12 minutes left in the second period, so
Oh, there's definitely time there.
there's definitely time.
Toronto has the power. They can score goals. They have.
Definitely time, right? There's some time, so
They definitely have the ability to tie this game quite quickly.
absolutely. And Florida definitely has the ability to shut this down.
Oh, yep. Oh, yeah. Bob can shut down the game right here. It'd be
That-
over.
Second goal could have just been the game winner.
Yep. Could have been over right
Just
there.
Shut it down.
Oh, yeah. Bob is insane. If Bob gets hot now, whether them in Dallas is going to be insane. That series hard. That is a tough series. Those are almost two identically built teams, and one's faster than the other.
We pretty much said that Dallas is going to the Cup,
For sure.
and whoever comes out of the Toronto and Florida game is going to be Carolina. It's going to be a tough match, but either team that wins from this round 2 game is going to go to the Cup against Dallas, and then they're just going to lose the whole Cup. How far do you think it's going to go in the Cup if it was Dallas and Toronto?
Dallas in 6.
All right.
Could be 5, but I think Dallas in 6.
What do you think about Dallas and Florida?
7.
7. They're almost identically built, but one, again, is faster than the other.
Yeah.
They both have the size. They literally have everything that like each other have. It's
Momentum speaks a lot of volumes because right now, Florida having a 2-0 lead in this game so far. If they shut it down and you carry that momentum into Carolina,
it's over.
I see Florida just stomping on Carolina heading into the final. And if they do head into the final with Dallas, that's going to 7 games.
I think so. But how ironic would it be if Edmonton does beat Dallas?
It can't happen.
It'd be a rematch if Florida goes to the Cup.
Cup, right?
So could this be a whole Crosby situation all over again? Lost to Florida. They beat Florida this year. He gets his first. How we lost to Detroit, then we beat Detroit. Could be all over again. It could happen. Could happen.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I think he does have it going for him.
Oh, McDavid deserves a cup.
Absolutely.
Edmonton will implode, but he deserves it. He's done everything for them.
I take it as a Josh Allen kind of thing, to where he's been fucked over multiple times by the Chiefs.
Oh my God, that franchise is horrible. McDavid gets a cup to that franchise after everything. He's literally
beating Dallas. Beating Dallas
Literally.
last year to go to the Stanley Cup up against Florida just to lose.
It's ironic because they're built the same.
Yeah. So say Edmonton goes and beats Dallas again. He is going to put his heart.
He did. I don't know if you have Amazon Prime to watch it. If you watch, they did a in-depth series how they do for Formula 1 on Netflix.
Yeah.
They did it, and it showed McDavid, and he was fucking all in, screaming at everybody. He's like, you have to give it all you got. You have to. It's Game 7. He's fucking screaming at him, cussing at him, everything. You name it. He was doing it. In the movie. The dude is passionate as hell.
I think he's going to have that extra drive.
Oh yeah, he has it.
Oh, for sure.
He has it.
For sure. Absolutely.
I don't know what his stats are currently for the playoffs.
Especially if he was to go back against
Florida? Oh my god. I don't know what his stats are for the playoffs right now because last year he broke Gretzky's record. I still don't completely agree with him getting the Conn Smythe last year. I get why he got it.
Mhm.
Don't think he should have got it. I think he should go to the winning team. Just me, but I get why. But I could see him doing it. I could see him beating Florida. Again, it depends on how their goaltending is. Because their goaltending's not great.
I guarantee you he's sitting watching the fucking game again,
Oh, he's watching this game. 100% I can see him watching this game right now.
and he's just like, I hope Toronto beats them. I hope Toronto beats them.
That series would be fun. It'd be a fast series. It'd be fun. Like Canada beat Canada in the Cup Finals. 3-0. That's over. I think it's over here. 3-0. 3-0 Panthers.
Yeah, Brandon Tannen with leads it all with 19 points. And David's got 17 points.
He's 19 points. He's played fucking like.
Got 9 goals.
Holy shit. Each one of those goals are a hat trick, which is fucking crazy.
That's 3 of them.
Yeah, 3-0 Panthers now.
Is it really?
Yep.
Yeah, they're shutting this shit down.
How ironic. Cal Connor was second.
Right.
He was on the Jets. McDavid side with him too. And Draisaitl was fourth. Ironic. The big two from the Oilers leading the charge again. But I think the difference maker is Mikko Rantanen for Dallas this year. I think he's a difference maker.
9 goals, 10 assists, 13 games.
Multiple 4-point periods alone. I think I sent you the picture a while ago. It was like a picture of his stats. I might just find it quickly offhand. The numbers were I found it. So in his last 4 games, this was from May 8th when they were still playing. He had 8 goals and 6 assists for 14 points. In 4 games, he had 14 points. It's dumb. That's literally dumb.
Excuse me. Connor McDavid has 3 goals, 14 assists.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
Draisaitl probably has 12 goals.
Matthews has 3 goals, 8 assists.
I don't know how many goals Draisaitl has, but I guarantee he has most of them.
Draisaitl has 5 goals, 11 assists.
Can't stream that. It's a bad idea. Don't do that. I can technically stream the game for us. Yeah, I think they're really. There's no point to watch. They're already dead. But
They're dead in the water.
I really do think Mikko Rantanen's the difference maker this year. They added.
It's definitely a great pickup.
They added another 100-point player.
Yeah.
They added a top 10 player in the league.
Yeah, but also the Panthers added fucking Marchand.
And we'd rather take Mikko Rantanen. Just
Absolutely.
Just saying.
But
On a team with Dallas, my God. They didn't, to quote Nathan McKinnon, they didn't have their 2 best players and they beat them.
okay,
And they were full.
Imagine switching it. Say the Rat went to Dallas and Rantanen went to Florida.
My God, why would you do that to everybody else? My God, Florida's not going to lose a damn game. Dallas is great. Dallas is good without. Maybe if you flip the script without Marchand, they were already great. They were a cup final team.
Yeah.
You added Mikko Rantanen to the Dallas Stars, who was already loaded with everybody they already had. I know, crazy. Thank you for your thoughts and opinions, Milo. But the team is loaded.
The fuck you get a too many men on the ice fucking penalty for fucking Toronto.
Jesus Christ. Florida got one in game 6, ironically.
Yeah.
Dallas's roster is insane.
Jones got 2 fucking points.
Jesus Christ. I wonder if I can pull them up real quick.
Oh, shit.
Easiest NFL schedule. 49ers.
I told you, Patriots are one of the easier ones.
There we go. So 2025's easiest NFL schedule is based on 2024 opponent win loss. So starting off at the top, I know we're jumping back to the NFL, but San Francisco has a 0.415% win. The Saints have a 0.41. The Patriots have a 0.42.
You tell them, I will. You tell them.
The Titans have a 0.45. Cardinals have a 0.457, matching with Carolina Panthers. The Jets have a 0.46. Colts have a 0.464. The Jaguars.
I agree with the guy on the side. Why the Niners? I agree. I don't know either, man. You're gonna get Christian McCaffrey back, possibly healthy. Assault.
Stay healthy.
Assault.
That came straight from
That was from the Saints. It literally just says assault. Love it. Oh my god, that is hilarious. That is so funny. The fact that it came from them themselves is hilarious.
Cowboys with a third place schedule still can't crack the top 10 at the easiest.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh, yeah, of course, Josh Allen gets an easy schedule.
So funny. Oh my god. Yeah, I agree. I agree with the fucking poll. They're gonna benefit from this. They're gonna be a playoff team.
Seattle probably beats them week 1.
How easy
The
is that?
Niners schedule looks like a cakewalk,
Pull up the Niners schedule. I'm curious now.
right?
If it's a cakewalk, I'm curious. I don't know yet.
Oh, I'm assuming you guys didn't bring those rookies with you. Huh?
No, sadly, no. I know where they are, though.
Doesn't help me.
I know, it doesn't help me either right now. It'll help me later.
Seattle.
Yeah, we'll lose in week 1. I already said it. Like I said it on Twitter.
Week 2 is the Saints.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Week 3 Cardinals. Week 4
Oh
Jacksonville.
my god. Okay, I see them losing this game.
To Jacksonville?
No.
Oh, Rams.
Yeah, I see them losing. Okay, so
All right.
I see them losing there too.
Tampa Bay.
That's a win.
And in week 7, Florida. Atlanta, I'm sorry. I don't know how to
Damn
read.
Panthers.
Pardon me.
Yeah, I see that these two are wins.
Week 8 is at Houston.
That's a win.
Week 9 is
That's a
at the Giants.
That's a win.
Week 10 is the Rams at home.
Yeah, that's a win for them.
Yeah.
That's a win.
Week 11 at
Oh my
Arizona.
god.
Week 12 Carolina.
You know what? Fred Warner did need an easy schedule this year.
13 at
Oh my
Tennessee.
god.
Then a bye week, and then week
They got a
15,
late
Tennessee.
bye too?
Week 16 at Indianapolis.
Oh my-
week 17 home against
my
Chicago.
Oh my
And week 18
God.
against Seattle. Open and close with Seattle.
This is the easiest
Dude, they're gonna go fucking 15 and like 1. Maybe 2.
Hey,
15 and 2. Because they're gonna lose.
it is what it
week
is,
1.
man. The schedule is the schedule. Is the schedule.
That would be 16 and 2.
Regardless. I'm used to 17 games, man. Leave me alone. Keep switching shit up on me.
Yeah. Can't keep up.
Let's get the fan experience packages for the Seattle game on week 18.
Oh, that's lovely. What do we offer? It costs how much to watch the game?
I don't know. It looks like Game Pass is going to
Oh my god.
Okay, so they said the Bills as
go. It
well.
was the actually the full-blown easiest.
No, the Niners is the easiest. They have,
Well, 1% higher.
yeah, the higher percentage, the harder it is. Oh my god, it's so funny. I can't believe the Niners schedule is that easy. That is insane.
Okay, so the Bills face the Rams
Wow.
week 1. Okay,
That's a good game.
that's a good game. Understandable.
That's a night game too.
Jets.
That's a win.
They're winning against the Jets.
Absolutely.
They're winning against the
a
Dolphins.
Thursday
They're
night
winning
game.
against the Saints. They're winning against the Patriots.
Winning against the Falcons.
Winning against the Falcons. By week 7,
Oh,
winning
sure.
against the Panthers.
Gotta get
Yeah, that's a win. It's at home.
Oh yeah, winning against the Chiefs. Winning against the Dolphins again. Tampa.
That's a game too. I think they win though.
Game. The
That's a
Texans win.
That's an
Steelers
ass beating.
win. Cincinnati. I
That's gonna
think
be a
that's
tough
gonna
game.
be.
That's a tight game.
That'll be a tight
That
game.
might be a loss.
That's a tight game.
That might be. Although it's at home, it's at Highmark.
I think they're gonna.
This week,
We might lose this game.
Yeah.
That's at Gillette in December. That's tough.
Cleveland.
That's a
win.
fucking. Oh
They're taking
wow,
the
that's a good game.
They're taking that look,
That's a Super Bowl game right there.
and then
That's a fucking ass beating.
That 28th. That's a good day to.
Eagles.
That's a good day for.
fun.
That's a good day to get together a podcast.
That's a fun one.
28th is a bunch of good games.
That's gonna be a fun game.
I think the Steelers play a 1:00 game. I think.
I think they played.
I think it's the
I think it's Cleveland.
Browns.
Yeah, it's Cleveland. So that's an ass beating for them. Hopefully, maybe Shedeur Sanders beats them. Who knows?
yeah, one.
So
Sorry, Katie.
Steelers, Browns, and then after that's going to be Bills and
Patriots play the Jets at 1. The Steelers play the Browns at 1. The Giants they play
Nobody.
nobody.
Fuck them. They'd lose that game too.
yeah, that's going to be Bills and Eagles.
My God.
a late afternoon game. That's going to be
That's a fun one.
a fun Sunday.
Depending what records look like, it could be
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah, yeah. You know the records are going to be fucking insane by that time.
Oh, for sure. And they could be like
Things are going to be tight.
both like 15
Teams
or
are going to
1.
be looking.
Who knows?
They're going to be looking to get a spot
Oh, for
in
sure.
some way, shape, or form.
Look at the Saints.
Saints suck.
Fuck the Saints.
Fuck them. Fuck them.
Yeah.
Well, let's see how easy.
Nobody cares about the Saints until
Fuck them.
Aaron Rodgers signs with them.
Until Chris Olave gets traded, they don't matter.
Right.
Wherever the fuck he goes.
Yeah. They'll go to the Rams.
Fuck it, they're going undefeated. Fucking undefeated. Tyler Shuck's gonna go undefeated.
Week 1,
That's a win.
week 2.
Win. Undefeated.
No, they play the Bills.
Yeah, they get that ass beat. Not undefeated.
3:00 game.
They're shut out.
Time. It's
They're shut out. They're shut out that day.
shut down.
They're gonna get shut out that game against the Bills. They're not gonna score a single point.
Giants,
It might be the Giants.
Bears, Buccaneers,
Yeah,
Rams,
Panthers.
Their schedule's easy as hell.
Falcons,
Good
Dolphins,
God.
Buccaneers, Panthers, Jets, Titans, Falcons.
Nothing is comically as easy as the fucking Niners, though. That is despicable. A team that good gets that easy of a schedule is hilarious. It makes me sad, but it's really funny. So they'll go back to the playoffs and just lose.
Playoffs.
Let me get this garbage off my screen.
Despicable. Rock Auto!
Yeah.
Shameless plug that we don't have a sponsor for.
If you need some car parts,
Sounds like maybe one day.
Damn. Yeah.
still 3-0.
Yeah. I think.
3-0.
I don't think it's gonna go well for Toronto now.
Probably not.
I think
Probably
it's,
when they're in a bubble.
Already less than 5 minutes left in the second.
yeah. I don't think it's gonna go well for them. I think it's
The
over.
Bengals had a fucking mental breakdown.
Oh, for sure.
For sure.
North Shore?
North Shore?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, there. South Shore.
Well, you got anything else to do?
Really not much else going on. Pirates.
Sell the team.
Pirates that are absolutely garbage, as they normally are.
Yeah,
You can't really say much about the Steelers. They really haven't. They're not even at camp yet. But
you know what? I do got something to say about the Pirates.
Go ahead, lay it out.
Why the fuck did they get rid of the poop scoreboard?
That was a hand.
The audacity. The poop scoreboard was legendary.
Legendary.
Yeah,
It's a thing of legends.
everything was, you all look forward to it. You see the Pirates pee and the Phillies pee. In the middle, you get 2-0, so you self poop. Now we went from poop to pee pee. Like, what the fuck? I saw that on Twitter the other day. I'm like, damn, they really got rid of the poop scoreboard just to give us pee pee. Hold it together. Hold it together.
Pee pee.
I got nothing else. Oh,
Yeah.
sell the team.
Well,
There was an incident during the Yankees game.
wait, do they have somebody come fall off the stands too?
No,
Oh my god. Fucking Surfside.
I think like somebody was hit by a pitch or ran over.
Oh yeah. I don't know what happened with that. I know what you're talking about. Like I don't know anything afterwards. I know what you're talking about though.
Kind of blurry on the information here, but the videos that I did see, Aaron Judge was there by his side
Yeah.
while he's being taken care of.
He left on a stretcher.
Mhm.
Yeah. It was
Like, there
not
was an
good.
ambulance.
It was
on the
not
field.
good.
Oh,
There was an ambulance on the field.
Yeah, I know it was definitely not good. Whatever it was, I don't know everything, but it was not good.
Yeah. So
this was with the Yankees?
Yeah, it was the Yankees.
Aaron Judge Dredd.
Oh my god. Not Aaron Judge.
but no, they were just saying, this is why he is who he is, because he's a very caring person.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Oh, apparently there is rumors flying around that Skeens is going to be traded by the deadline.
I wouldn't doubt it, dude, to be honest with you.
Probably asking for a fucking trade.
I would.
He hasn't though. That's the crazy thing.
I would. I mean, he's probably trying to.
He
Keep it
actually
cool.
enjoys being on the Pirates.
Yeah, he actually likes it here, which is weird. It's not weird.
Come on, pull you.
It's
The
not.
thing is, the fans love him.
Oh yeah, the fans love him here. Yeah, he's a
And he
generational
loves
talent.
He loves the city.
Yeah.
He loves the stadium.
I mean, nicest stadium in baseball. Don't care. Shitty team though.
Other than skiing.
So he defends
Oh yeah,
the owners.
which is nuts. That's the only thing I don't agree with.
Which, I mean, technically at
What?
that point you do still
How he defends
blame-
the owners.
Which he doesn't blame the players, because technically the owners aren't the ones that's playing.
No, they're just the ones not spending any money to help the team. Dude, they have
It was a young fan, like a young child, was hit in the face by a foul ball. He was struck with a 105-mile-an-hour line drive. It was a little girl, a young female.
And it was
Oh, that was the one from a couple of years ago.
Oh,
That was one. That's why they put the nets up for the foul lines.
well then I'm not looking at anything else like this.
Yeah, I remember. I can even I can tell you can hit that ball.
It won't even bring anything up for me. That's a bunch of blue.
I found it.
He found it.
It was an ankle injury. It was just really, really bad.
Never mind. Nobody cares.
Damn.
Was a little girl for you.
Yeah.
They just put the news out about 14 hours ago.
Still 3-0, bud. Nothing else happening.
I was hoping.
Yeah, me too, man.
Nothing else happened so far.
He had ligament damage, then a bunch of other stuff went wrong. He's not coming back for this season at all.
No go.
But apparently,
We're not
surgery
talking
went
about
well.
Harris.
Nah, he's getting 205 touchdowns. Yeah, that'd be hilarious though.
It was 200 yards.
17 touchdowns too. He's gonna break the record in that game.
Yeah.
Justin Herbert's down for 4,000 yards in a single game. It's been crazy.
Well, we got two major things going on with this stream today. So,
Dream.
Words.
well, this podcast.
Oh,
Three
is biggest.
things.
Word,
We got
yeah.
audio this week.
Audio.
It's a big thing.
Yeah. People
Earlier in the
hear
podcast,
stuff.
there was a skit that these two did over here.
Skits.
It was a skit from a movie.
Oh yeah. Remember that?
Down in the comments,
Like there was.
Yes.
Corner.
down in the comments, leave your guess on what movie you think that was from. And then the other thing that happened during this podcast, we made a bet. Whenever it comes to the game against the Chargers and Steelers, if No Go Harris rushes for over 200 yards, Pork Dog has to shave his head live on stream.
Are you gonna shave your head live?
Huh?
Yeah,
Are you gonna do it live too?
Yeah, he does
Alright,
that too.
I didn't know.
This will be on the internet forever.
In a small way, I want to change the parameter. But I'm not
What's the
Okay.
point?
no. The only reason I'm not going to because I thought of something that happened when I was a young father. But what I was going to say was that if No Go does the 200 yards, I have to shave my head. If he, and if it comes to him, I was going to say he's going to shave his beard. But I
Oh my
don't.
god, that actually might be
I
funnier.
don't want to do that to Ariella.
That actually might be funnier.
I don't want to do that to Ariella. Not yet.
For those who don't know, my daughter's name is Ariella. She is going on 4 months old, so kind of having that facial recognition right now. With me cutting my hair, I always have it back, so it's in a ponytail.
Right. So this area she would still recognize in a way. If this comes away, if this all goes away,
She won't.
It would take a day or 2 or 3 or 4. I'm not going to do that.
Yeah.
Not going to do that. Not yet.
So those are the two things that we kind of had going on here.
Yep.
Like I said, when you figure out what movie they're talking about, leave it down in the comments below. And we'll see on whatever week that was that we faced the Chargers.
It was
Week 10?
It's like 10 or 12.
Yeah.
After,
One of those two.
after week 10 of the Steelers schedule,
Yeah.
you will see who is going to be getting a haircut.
We'll find out who's a quarterback by then too.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
hopefully.
Hopefully. Dude,
But for
I was watching stuff.
XFL MVP, Tommy Maddox.
I was watching some stuff from early '90s and mid '90s and stuff like that, and watching Cordell Stewart and
That dude's a freak.
there's moments when he was not that bad, and then I just remember him going from sort of here to just shit just went bad for him.
well, like I mentioned before, the start of me watching football was the end of Cordell Stewart and
Tommy Maddox.
Legend, Tommy Maddox.
Legend
XFL MVP, Tommy Maddox.
Tommy Maddox.
That's where they were the number X.
Legend.
So Vince McMahon ran a football league.
Right, yeah. For
Goldberg was the best player he ever had.
Goldberg.
So funny.
Tommy Maddox.
Legend.
Wow. Tommy
Give me
Maddox.
Neil O'Donnell any day of the week.
Oh, man. Tommy Maddox. Tommy Gun.
Oh my god.
Tommy Gizun. Tommy's got a gun.
Had a gun.
Had a gun.
Gave it to Ben. For another 15 years.
Remember that one there quarterback number they put the ball in the throw and he wore that number there number
X.
number X number X. That's what I want to see in the comments. I want to see how many people can without really looking anything up, just type in some over the years quarterbacks that,
Oh, yeah,
that they may or may not remember.
forgotten. Yeah.
okay, yeah. So in the comments, make a
Don't look it
list or a name of
Just
like
Just
quarterbacks
reminisce.
that were.
Do a little bit of reminiscing. Throw some shit down. We just mentioned Tommy Maddox and Cordell.
I'll mention one right now. Ryan Leaf. There you go. There you go. We got locked up in jail and everything.
I'll make him a little bit more. It could be any team, but if you can come up with some Steelers quarterbacks over the years that you don't have to look up and just go, this guy or that guy.
Duck Hodges.
Throw it in. Just get, yeah. Duck Hodges,
Legend.
Byron Leftwich.
Another thing that I would like to hear from you guys is, when did y'all get into sports? We've mentioned this before. We also tried to mention it last stream, but there was no audio.
No audio.
We'll kind of recap on that here shortly, and then we'll probably cut the podcast here after that. But let us know when you got into sports, whether it was baseball, hockey, football. Those are kind of the three main ones that we cover here. Like for me, baseball, it was Jason Bay. Whenever he was around. For football, it was the end of Cordell Stewart. You had Jerome Bettis, Ben. That's kind of my era. Hockey is Crosby, Fleury. Whenever they started playing for the Penguins, and then I kind of just branched off from there. Watching all these other teams and stuff like that. So that's kind of my start. For Pork, he has a plethora.
I'm a bit older than these other guys, so
His players are pretty much in the Hall of Fame already.
right. Yeah,
Literally.
most players I know from any sport. But growing up, obviously, I grew up in the '70s, so it was big. It was both big Steelers and Pirates at that time in the '70s. So my family was big with Steelers. It was also big with Pitt and Penn State. So I was fortunate enough to watch. Probably I watched the last two Super Bowls for the Steelers of the '70s. Particularly the one I remember was the Steelers and Cowboys with Staubach, and I mean I'm not going to name all the Steelers. Everybody can name the Steelers ones, but and then also I was lucky enough to watch in the college days was Dan Marino and Tony Dorsett and those guys, and then also a little bit of the Pirates. I was also a baseball fan, playing Little League and stuff like that. So I've seen, Stargell and going as far as back in the '90s with Dre Beck and Bonds Mania and so on and so forth. And
Body Mania Day.
Yeah. So that's, and then as for hockey, I actually started enjoying and getting into hockey the year that the Calgary Flames won the cup with Joey Mullen.
Oh my God. With Larry McDonald?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And then at that point in time, I was able to kind of start watching more and more of Edmonton and the Islanders and Mike Bossy and then again, like we mentioned before, Gretzky and Curry and Grant Fuhrer, and just from there it just kept going. To be fortunate enough to see, the Penguins in the '90s with Lemieux, Yager, and everyone else, including up to watching Crosby, Malkin, and I did enjoy not only Crosby, Malkin, but Brooks Orpik, Billy Guerin.
Mm-hmm.
Those teams there. I enjoyed that.
Gonchar.
Oh my God.
Gonchar.
I miss Garrett and Kunitz and Crosby together.
Right.
I miss Chris Kunitz.
Oh, yeah.
That was a good line.
Gave me one of the best hockey memories of my life.
Yeah.
He really did. I was never so happy in my life.
So where did it all start for you?
Baseball was definitely Derek Jeter.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah, definitely Derek Jeter.
Nice.
He's a Yankees fan.
Yeah. Well, it's Derek Jeter. Who did love Derek Jeter? I mean, people hate him now for some God-known reason, but he Derek Jeter, he's great.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Football was definitely Tom Brady early in his career.
Okay.
So that's definitely where the Patriots started. Hockey was definitely caught the tail end of Lemieux. Wish I could have saw the younger years of Lemieux and caught on with Crosby and Fleury, just like you, with all how lucky we got there. I even had a little bit of basketball with Kobe Bryant. A little bit. I was a big Kobe Bryant fan. People still say He stole Michael Jordan stuff, but I don't care. Yeah, it's kind of as far as I went. I mean, dabble in F1 a little bit too with Max Verstappen and Red Bull. That's kind of about it.
That's way more modern.
Yeah, it's definitely a recent thing.
So like now, like
Speaking of
what,
who won the
4
day.
or 5 years now that you've been paying attention to F1?
3 years.
3 years?
Yeah, 3 years. But he won the day.
You know, the set. We're talking about sports, and this is more or less not some. It is, but it's more or less entertainment. But there was a span of time where, you know, a lot of focus for me and some of my buddies we would get together, and it was Monday Night Wrestling. We watched
Yeah, I
Monday night.
was pretty big into that too.
You know, there was a.
Yeah, I was definitely.
We would just, you know, we would get beer, we would get pizza, we would get wings, and we would watch both. You know, well, WWE now, but it was that and WCW, and it was just we would go back and forth, and there was something that we did, and kind of still followed a little bit with hockey, but it not so much with any, you know, and then we kind of focused on wrestling, on that stuff, the Monday Night Wars.
Huge into wrestling when I was
Yeah.
younger.
Mm-hmm.
Went to so many just house shows with wrestling too. Went to a couple of ECW shows. Got to see Sabu and Tommy Dreamer.
He just passed, by the way. Yeah, Sabu. Yeah, Sabu. Yeah, Sabu just passed.
And was actually in the front row at a house show with ECW, and
That's
got to sit there watching Sabu and Tommy Dreamer, and Tommy Dreamer. Sabu throws Tommy Dreamer over the ropes, and he comes right to us, and he's like leaning on the thing, and my buddy reaches over, hands Tommy Dreamer a beer, and he like runs back in the ring. You're like, yeah, so fucking this entertainment. Yeah, it's great, but yeah, it was fun. It was fun stuff. Good shit.
See,
I was there the night that the Undertaker threw, what's his name off of the fucking.
Was that
I
here?
was there.
Was that here?
Yes.
I did not know that was
I
here.
was here. I was
That's
there.
crazy.
Dude, we were.
I thought he died.
Dude, we all thought
Literally.
that exact same thing. We were just
That
like,
was-
we thought, oh no, something went wrong. And I mean, that was actually planned.
yeah,
That
he's
was
nuts.
actually planned. Mankind.
Mick Foley's a crazy dude.
like, I got into WWE, like John Cena, CM Punk, Undertaker, Kane.
Yeah.
You know, like that is when I got into it, but then it kind of just died off for me.
Yeah, it died off for me
Get
too.
that off, yeah.
I was a giant Jeff Hardy fan growing up.
Jeff Hardy.
Jeff Hardy was amazing.
Yeah.
Rey Mysterio too.
Rey Mysterio.
Yeah, for sure. Undertaker's been around forever.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Same with The Rock and Stone Cold.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Hawk and Animal.
But, I mean, honestly, around the time when I started to realize that there was a script
Yeah.
is whenever I kind of.
Yeah, it just goes there.
There was a point in time where it was just like, really? But then when the guys like Rock and Stone Cold and Triple H and these guys started to do promos and they started to do what they did, you found some humor in it.
Oh, for sure.
You started to find humor into it that kind of drew you back into it. But now I'm just, I don't think I've probably really sat and watched anything like that. Probably,
Yeah, I haven't watched it
I
forever.
haven't watched anything since probably before COVID.
If anything, I went from WWE to fucking UFC.
Yeah, I liked UFC for a little while
Yeah.
too. Favorite fighter ended up retiring. Kind of sucked.
Why am I drawing on his name?
It's not McGregor.
No,
Love Conor McGregor though. Dude's hilarious.
I'm just.
He was popular, but he wasn't like super popular.
No, I mean Jones.
No, not John Jones. Love John Jones though. It was Alexander Gustafsson. He was my favorite for the
Yeah.
longest time. Now if I have to pick one, it's Adesanya from. He's insane.
Oh, Das Benoni, it's Russian.
So close. So close. Not at all.
We didn't get to hear from Sage. What started sports for you? I know you're kind of on
Ohio
hockey.
State.
Ohio State didn't happen until I moved to Ohio.
That's
and
fair.
I found out about college football.
That's fair.
I'm not going to lie. I thought it went people play in high school, and they went and filled out applications to become NFL players. I'm not gonna lie.
That's fair. I mean, the NBA is like that now. People they draft kids
Yeah,
from
no
high school.
kidding. No kidding.
I think the last one that was like LeBron James.
For me, for Ohio State, it was about like 10 years ago.
So, yeah, it's definitely been
Poor guys.
17 now.
You know, believe it or not, I've watched one Michigan game when Tom Brady was quarterback for Michigan.
Never got to do that.
Except,
watched one
no,
game.
technically, it was before.
He can say he watched one Ohio State game.
I've watched many of Ohio State games
I
before.
remember when we were all working.
I never said I enjoyed watching Ohio State. I just said I watched Ohio State.
He bet against me that Clemson was gonna win against Ohio State. Ohio State whooped their fucking ass.
I lost. Yeah, thank God I didn't put my freaking shaving my head on that deal.
I remember this was a while ago.
I got $15 out of it.
I remember a while ago.
$15.
We're all working together. I'm just like, LSU's getting beat the shit out of Ohio State. Aaron's like, no, Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson. Like, here's 75 points. Here you go. You can hold this. Aaron's like,
And I also
shut the fuck up, man.
I listened to that game, and you're like, so how's the game?
That's back whenever we had the app on our phones.
Yep. Yeah.
I think I still have that app on my phone.
So
I just had
funny.
notifications.
It's so
I watched
funny.
Peyton Manning too in college.
He went to Tennessee, right?
Watch him too.
He was so good.
He was
He's insanely good.
real good. It's good.
Well, what about football and baseball for you?
Sorry, Sage.
Oh, that's all. But, I mean, technically, sports all started for me back in like elementary school. You know, my buddies would play football
Okay.
and shit. But main sport I first got into was like NASCAR, technically speaking.
Technically.
With the fucking early days of Jimmy Johnson, Tony Stewart.
Jeff Gordon.
And
Loves him.
Gordon was driving his famous 24
Hang on.
shortly after
Make a left turn.
senior's accident.
Another left turn.
Hey, it was entertaining.
I guess what's coming next? Another left turn.
That's why I can't watch NASCAR. It's just
I won't forget watching the famous race where Tony Stewart shit himself mid-race.
that happened at the basketball game too. He's like, I got hurt. Meanwhile, he just shit his shorts.
No.
I think
They had it on
wasn't
the
that at, fucking race? Where was that at?
One of them where they drive.
No shit, Sherlock.
Hey, you asked, I answered.
remember those so much?
Because he was the only fucking car that pulled into the pit, and we were just so curious on why he got out of the car.
He needed new pants. He shit his britches. He diarrheaed his dungarees.
Hungary. Oh man.
He shipped the bed.
Lock and win.
Where's that at? Would you when did Tony Stewart shit his pants at a race?
Okay.
That's really funny. That's really funny.
Cheat himself.
It's Watkins, New York.
New York.
Yes.
Oh, yeah,
There you
New
go.
York. That New York.
That seems legit.
It's that tap water.
Yeah.
It's that tap water.
Me and my father would, travel to a few races here and there. So,
It's funny.
we went to the Indianapolis. We've gone to Daytona. It starts with a T.
Talladega.
Talladega. Yeah.
Talladega.
I always think of Ricky Bobby. I always think of Will Ferrell. As soon as I hear Talladega, I'm like, Will Ferrell? Where? Ricky Bobby. He has two first names. I don't know what to do with my hands.
All right. Well, now we're kind of just wandering off here. But yeah, in the comments, name forgotten quarterbacks, or older.
Without looking it up, just
Yeah, without
throw out some
looking it up.
quarterbacks. Throw them in the comments.
Any football player.
Let us know when
Crazy.
your era of watching sports started. Also, if you were listening for this long and have been watching earlier within the podcast,
Comment pineapple.
don't comment pineapple.
Comment blackberry.
Shut the fuck up. They had a little skit from a movie. Name the movie down below. I know this is a lot of commenting things, but if you've watched this far, or if you haven't and you're just joining in, you're seeing all this.
For the first time, we apologize if you're seeing this for the first time. We apologize.
If you sticked around this long, I know we've gone on for about 2.5 hours. But if you enjoyed what you were listening to or watching, if you think Pork is fucking hilarious, Josh is ugly,
Thank you.
Aaron is a bobblehead, drop a like, subscribe,
Comment bobblehead.
comment bobblehead. And then we also have our social pages here.
I'm not social. It's about social as I get.
Yeah, we'll rename our show Two Fat Guys and a Bubblehead.
Fuck yeah. Now that'll get streams. Love it.
Sorry, I'm trying to find. There it is. We're not going to be right back. But
Yes, we are.
here are our social links. We got Twitter /X. We were going to have an Instagram, but that didn't work out. We also have our Discord. Links are in the bio. You also have them up here on the screen. We'd love to hear from you in Discord. We do make daily and weekly posts in Discord, updates, things happening real life, trades, race results. Taco does the F1 race results.
I'm really behind.
He is behind.
There's so many things to comment, man. There's so many. I have 20 drivers' names to spell out.
Just go on a site.
You go spell out Antonelli. I'm on my phone doing this. Go spell Antonelli. And then what car he drives and what team he's for. Fuck that. It's a lot of typing, man. I did it. It's a lot of typing.
You're about to put all the sponsors for YouTube too.
Fuck you.
We also do have a TikTok as well. You can go and check that out. We do have 2 or 3 videos up on there.
1.5.
One of them we ended up going to a Pirates game. So yeah, go ahead and check that out. Follow us on there, Twitter, and you can join in our Discord. Love to see you there. Do appreciate you for sticking with us through this
Whomever you might be.
match.